You use what game to get to 500,000?
All of us play the Vayners.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Achievement Hunting 101. I'm FufuCuddilyPoof, and thank you for listening. Got an awesome show for you tonight, but before we get to all that, let me introduce to you who's joining. First up, we have Nate. What's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Also with us is Corey.
Let's go!
And Big L.
Greetings and salutations.
I also think I just realized I don't think I gave you a chance to, beat that dead horse. This is level 78.
It's a good number.
It is a good number.
It's almost 10 away from
68. Oh.
89.
Damn it.
88.
I'm trying to get away from the dead horses. You keep getting into it. No.
Well, we have to have something. We can't not have a dead horse. It'd just be weird. That wouldn't be the show. People come here for the dead horses. And people also, for some reason, want to hear about achievements when they come here. So, Nate, have you unlocked any achievements?
How dare you mention DC Ultimate Online?
Oh, boy.
You know my issues. How dare you?
Here we go.
You still didn't get it fixed?
It's still not fixed. Although I did get a ticket from them on the 16th saying, hey, our engineers have figured it out and they're working on it. No ETA. Well, it hasn't been a week yet. Today's the 21st that we're recording, so
I told you your ETA.
I know.
February 1st.
I know. I'm going to give them a couple more days,
so
and then I'm going to hysterically send them an email.
I want to speak to your manager.
No, just making sure that I'm going to get my character boost regardless. So, but yeah, so no news on the DCUO. I did.
Oh, that's sad.
I played a little bit of Child of Light 360. I know we mentioned it a little bit last week with the new fix. I think Facial posted the solution, and a couple other people, looking through the Discord, a couple other people have done it on the one. I did it on the 360. It took me about 20 or 30 tries. So the timing on it, the timing on it is pretty tight. Apparently, I don't know. I mean, I did it so I hit A the second time. So you bring up the menus and you say, go ahead and send this to somebody. And what you're supposed to do is as you're clicking the button, you want to turn off your modem or your switch or whatever that is, providing internet to the 360. So that's what I did. I have a switch sitting there, that the 360 is connected to. So I hit A and I was hitting the power button. Actually, first I was pulling the power cord out and I was like, this is wearing down my power cord. It's going to be loose. If I keep doing this. And I was like, oh, look at that. There's a power button. So I started using the power button. And somewhere around 25 tries, something like that, 20, 25, it actually worked. And I was like, finally. And I had gotten it on the one back in the day. So thankfully I didn't have to do it twice. So it does work. But once again, because it's the 360, you don't get a timestamp on it. So you can't use it for contests. But no big deal. So
at least you got it. That's what matters.
Yeah. So that was part of my week. Who's up next?
Let's go to Elliot.
You guys like talking about Burnout Paradise, right?
At least one out of the four of us do. I bet everyone can guess which one that is.
Hey, man. We were chugging along, had our Monday session, and actually I was jotting down on my phone, trying to remember who was in the session. And I could only come up with 7 of the 8 people.
Name them off. I could tell you the other one.
Didn't you just play last night?
Yes, I'm old.
By Monday session, he means 24 hours ago. Actually, less than 24 hours ago.
How'd you already forget?
Did I remember myself? Yes.
That's so bad.
Well, we started off with 3 or 4 of us.
L,
and then
was Big
hold
L.
on a second. I got to tell everyone about how Mike Pitch joined us for 5 challenges and then went to go watch The Bachelor and House and things that are...
And he got waved in.
Things that are worse than Gilmore Girls. Much worse, sir.
He got an achievement, though.
He sure did. An IRL achievement.
No, he had a pop, too.
Oh, did he? He did. 25 challenges. You're right.
Yeah, he popped that one off.
He popped it. Who? And it was me and Nicel, and Rawker Dude, and Jables, and Brian.
Huh?
And who was
Freak
sixth?
Servo.
Yes, that's Brian. Who was sixth before Koosh and Maddie joined us?
That was Mike Pitch.
No, he left.
He left, and then Doughboy came on.
Doughboy, yeah, love you, Doughboy.
Jeez.
Dave.
I guess he's just. Sorry, if I had an extra life, I would do that over again and remember him. So we had
That was a
8.
stretch.
8 was enough. 8 was enough.
Apparently, it was enough. He forgot one.
It was enough. We started around 9:30, and then after midnight, I couldn't even see straight anymore.
Yeah, somebody's like 8 more challenges.
Oh.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, it was totally
Bye,
me.
guys.
Me. I was bailing on everyone, left and right.
The party leader. Everybody's like, "Hey, I'm kicked out."
I don't know what. My internet died at midnight exactly. Sorry.
Sounds right.
So, I was fortunate enough to complete my 250 online challenges.
Oh, so you got your stuff.
Oh, you got
done.
yours and got out?
And
Good job, buddy.
and then,
Big frame.
And, oh man, you know the differences between me and Freem.
Oh boy.
I'm on a
About-
podcast.
40 pounds.
Oh boy. Love you,
You may eat
Freem.
those words in a bit.
I'm sure he'll be on before he hears this.
Maybe. I don't know when he's going to hear this.
He's perpetually 2 months
It's
behind.
January, so probably April.
That's pretty close. Hey,
Yeah.
Frank, add us when you hear this.
If,
We will have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
if we don't have a
'Cause
show
we
by
would have done
then,
forgotten this.
if we don't have a show by then, it'll all be worth it. So, after I got this achievement, I looked it up on TA, and I had the people in the party guess the ratio on this achievement, and everybody guessed way under. It 459 gamers have it out of 37,000, so it's got a 9 ratio.
Oof.
And
That's not too surprising considering so many challenges.
And I had knocked out the 3-player challenges with Michelle and Brian a while back, so I needed one more complete set. So I knocked that out with Emperor L, the 2-player set, and then wound up finishing the 8-player challenges as well for a 3rd set. So that was cool. So that's
Yay.
another 8-ish ratio achievement. That was a good night.
Well, I'll help you in cheat task.
I uninstalled the game. Thanks, Nate.
Makes sense. That's what people do.
Checks out.
Checks out. Of course, we still play that every Monday night until everyone gets their 250, and I guess we got to work on 50 rivals at some point too.
You can't boost that.
I could sit in, and I could do that right now. Load it up and sit there and watch people ram into me. Heyo, Corey, what have you been ramming?
Gamer score, baby.
Yeah.
Gamer score. And I'm going to do something a little different this week. We're going to
Entertain
drop
us?
a little. Yes. We're going to drop a little bit of a new segment, right?
Ooh,
I guess,
can't wait.
ish.
Actually,
All right.
Ish.
Newish.
So
I like new
this,
things.
it's 2020. We're going to do a better job about at least talking about these games we're getting these from these devs and publishers.
thanks,
So
Dad.
we're going to stay on top of things. So I'm going to talk about 2 games myself, and the 2 that I'm going to be talking about are new games. Came out just the past few days. One is called Without Escape, and one is Music Racer. So let's start with Without Escape.
Okay.
Came out January 15th. It is a point-and-click adventure game. 0 to 1 hour completion. I've completed this game, guys, start to finish.
Congratulations.
I'm not surprised.
I followed a guide every step of the way.
Of course.
Congratulations.
That's the only way to play a point and click.
So this is not the best point-and-click I've ever played, but it's not the worst. You start out in a what?
How? You know what? Continue. I'll save the question for
Continue
after.
on. Okay, so basically, it all takes place within. I'm using air quotes. It all takes place within a house. and you have to go throughout the house, pick up things, obviously, like you do in point and clicks. You have to backtrack and interact with other things after you get such and such its. It's your standard point and click formula in that regard.
So you walk around the house?
So you're saying it's a Vayner.
You walk around the house. It's definitely.
All right, I guess Nate's mic works.
It crosses more than one world. I'll just leave that at that.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah. So at some point in the game, it takes a crazy twist.
The order is falling.
There's actually a scheduled glitch in the game where your screen glitches out, and I've read about it breaking people's capture cards and systems and like having to reboot to get everything back to going. Yeah, it's crazy. But once that happens, man, you are in a completely different game than what you probably thought of at the beginning. I'll just leave that at that. Leave that surprise to you.
That sounds cool.
What else I want to say about Without Escape?
Real quick, about the point and click. You said this isn't as good as other ones. How do you rate point and clicks? I know it's kind of seems like kind of an obvious question, but like, are you just going by the story or by the puzzles?
No.
Because you use a guide for all of these, so I don't see how you can well, this gameplay is better than this one.
That's a valid question. I think that you can play a game and get a sense of its quality, whether you follow a guide or don't, or pay attention to the story or don't. I think you can still tell when a good game is a good game.
Okay. It's just to me, if I was only using a guide, not paying attention to the story, especially for a point and click, it all just seems to be the exact same thing, just with a different, scenery, because you're not actually, you're not experiencing the controls of the game like in a platform. Like some platformers are clearly better than others because they're more precise and whatnot.
Yeah, and I'm kind of stalling because TA is messing up a little bit because I kind of want to see the other point and clicks that I can compare it to. And apparently I played a lot, 20.
So it's more.
There's at least like 36 games on my tag.
Oh, wow.
A lot of telltales in there, but of those, some of the point and clicks that I would consider high quality are Truberbrook. Scrolling down the list, Not One-Eyed Couth. Walking Dead
Pumpkin.
has a special place in there.
Pumpkin Adventure.
I played Mr.
That
Pumpkin.
one's very mediocre, very run of the mill. I don't know. Yeah, really like Truberbrook stands out in Walking Dead out of all these that I personally enjoyed. This one is just a run of the mill point and click, so there's nothing too special about it. It just has a crazy twist in the middle of it.
How do you know
that? I played it. I played it.
When you played The Walking Dead for the first time, did you pay attention to the story?
Well, yeah, but that was because I played it without achievements.
Before you cared about it, you mean?
I played with it before. I played it on PC first.
Oh,
when it came out.
Well, now rate them by how good the guides are.
So there's actually a walkthrough on TA that looks really good. I wish I had it because, as you know, I don't like video guides. I had to follow a video guide, so first world problems then.
I saw 2 video guides. They were both around 15 minutes at most.
First unlock to last unlock was 32 minutes from me.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
That
That's
included
quick.
a replay, essentially. And almost everybody that I've seen talk about the game has had to replay the game due to a glitchiness bug in it. And it seems to happen about the same time. I think X played this game 3 times. I only had to play it twice.
Oh, jeez.
Checks out.
But at some point, the achievements just stopped tracking. Like, they stopped popping. And I think he said it was the last 3 for him, and it was the last 3 for me. So once I got to the second to last achievement, I was like, it should have popped. Definitely should have popped. I quit the game and I redid it, and it worked. There was another part about the game where if you hit the guide button at any point, it would freeze, and you'd have to restart it anyways. That happened to X as well.
Oh, that would be bad. I'm always pushing that.
I knew about that beforehand, so I did not press it, but I still had the issue with just achievements not unlocking. So it is lost the tab.
It's blah.
How much is it, El? Do you have it pulled up?
I think it's like $5.
Yeah, it's very cheap. It is $5,
Yep.
currently on sale for $4.
Yep.
It's by East Asia Soft, who has also put out Eero Hero, which is a 0 to 1 hour game. And they have another one, Lost Sea, which came out a long time ago that has barely any completion. So, looks like they are just starting out in their game stuff. And hopefully this is a trend of quick ones for them.
Looks like they might be following the ratalaika model.
They're 2 for 2 so far in recent releases.
East Asia is where we play Timefall.
Yes, that is. That's very true.
That's a throwback.
Speaking of somebody who kind of follows in ratalaika, I have a second. Did I say what this segment's called?
Yes.
This is the Gentleman's Review. Saying it again because I want to say Gentleman's Review. This one is by Sometimes You. You'll be familiar with them if you go for cheap, easy games.
Sometimes.
And they have a new one called Music Racer. This one actually comes out January 29th. So this one actually comes out in a few days from the point of this podcast. So you can look forward to this one. It is a $7 game that will likely still be on sale for $6 by the time it releases. And it is an easy one as well with an asterisk. It's easy all around. It's quick or painless with an asterisk. And so what this game is, and
that's bright.
You take a car, take a vehicle, you are on a highway, like a literal highway
To hell.
and a rhythm-based highway. So think of Guitar Hero. You got 3 lanes. Each lane has big, bright, white discs in it, and you have to collect those, and they kind of go to a beat. So you go left, middle, right, and you just go along this highway for the entire length of the song, and you get points, you get coins and currency at the end, and they have different songs, different song lists, different song tracks, and different vehicles that you can pick. That's the entire game.
That was easy.
Is it licensed?
There-
I
music,
actually took a try at this before we went on the air, and the first thing I want to say is, unfortunately, being Sometimes You, and I've never had a problem with this before, but today I did, and the achievements popped on the wrong account.
The review account.
Yes, the review account, and that's okay. So this game reminded me of something, and you might not be familiar with it. It's Rock Band Blitz. Do you know that game, Kenny?
I know of it. I've never played it.
Okay. So it's basically the same thing. In Rock Band Blitz, there were 5 lanes, one for each instrument, but in Music Racer, there's 3 lanes. So you just go back and forth between the left, middle, and right, and in Rock Band Blitz, you would have to go between the 5 lanes.
Right, I kind of remember that.
Sounds a little familiar. Yeah, so it's basically the same game. It runs like a runner, so you're just constantly going.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I kind of remember Rock Band Blitz now.
And so there's several different modes. Like the tracks are just the tracks, and I looked to me like every single song was available on every single track. It just depends on what you want visually to see. And the vehicles didn't do anything else special than they look different, right? And so you pick a mode when you start to play, and I started off on standard. What standard does is you play the song, and in the lanes, there'll be these columns that will hurt you, slow you down, break your streak or whatever. There's Zen mode, which removes all that, and you just play to your heart's content, and you don't have to worry about getting hit or anything like that. And there's 2 other modes that I didn't even explore because I forgot to.
Nice.
One was hard mode.
That makes sense. Yeah, sure. Add more columns to it.
I don't remember.
So that's the entire gameplay gist. And but if you want to talk about achievements, this is another easy game. 1,000 gamer score, currently at 1600 TA. That's definitely going to drop after it is officially released. But I have actually completed this game as well. The achievements are for 1 starring a song, 2 starring a song, and 3 starring a song. They do not stack, so you have to be good and be bad. And the rest of the achievements are tied to unlocking a car. Each car has its own achievement, and each track has its own achievement. If you remember, I said that you get currency at the end of every song. That currency is what you use to buy these cars and tracks. And this is the easy part of the game. You put it on Zen mode, like I said, you don't have anything to worry about hitting you. So you could actually idle this. I think you have to use a turbo controller so it doesn't idle out or something. I can't remember exactly, but it'll just keep you in the same lane and you'll still get some money. Let that run for, I don't know, 8 10 hours, come back and you have enough to do another part of a exploit. If you have a Cronus where you can actually macro going left and right, you can record a 3-star track and have that run in less time to get the same amount of coins. Doesn't matter. You don't have to play the game at all. If you want to play the game, you can. You just got to replay stuff over and over. But what makes this quick is that if you save up to 100,000 of the currency, that's when you can start buying some of this stuff. You can buy it before. A lot of it's really cheap, but one of the vehicles costs 100,000 of this currency.
Santa's sleigh.
What you do, Santa's sleigh, that's right. And what you do is you buy these things, you get the achievements for them, and then you have to do a little game save data manipulation. You have to kill. You don't kill the game while it's running. You want to delete your save data from the console, relaunch the game, have it sync, and you'll get all your money back. And obviously, your achievements will already be unlocked for what you clicked on. So,
how do you find that glitch? That's so.
Once you are around achievements and long enough, you'll figure that out.
Yes,
Sangrius was telling us about that, I believe.
Yeah, Sangrius of the Hidden Levels posted a video detailing all of these steps that I've kind of just told you really briefly. So check that out if you are interested. But it's an easy way to get through all the achievements without actually having to play the game legitimately for hours on end, or even macroing or idling your way to it, because you don't have to do it as long. So,
how many coins do you get a race ish anyway?
It varies, depending on how well you do, to be honest.
Right.
I want to say, I can't even remember at this point. It was at least 1,500, but it could have been as high as 3,000 if you did really good.
So if you're not using a Cronus, you're looking at like 100 races ish.
I mean, maybe that's math. That's not this portion of the show.
So if you're at the top of the show.
If you're going to Cronus anyway, do you need to bother with the
top of the show,
the save thing?
I mean, you don't have to either way, but I let it run overnight.
Oh.
I still didn't have enough, so you just have to let it go longer.
Okay. Oh, one other thing.
The save data thing is, it's very easy to do. Manage data, go to save data, delete from console, not everywhere. Load the game back up, you're good to go. And if you do happen to mess up and you erase everything, you're not out that much stuff. So
I'm assuming for as cheap as this game is, it's just generic like EDM music. Especially looking at the way the game looks, I imagine it's just EDM.
Techno music.
Techno-ish. Nothing licensed that I could tell. I actually enjoyed the few songs I did play.
That's not a surprise, Rawker dude.
The whole premise of the game was actually pretty cool. It fell short in variety for me.
Yeah, this seems neat. This seems like a neat game.
Kind of weird that this is a sometimes you game, right? They're more about like phone ports or.
I thought the same thing. Yeah. When I kind of played this, I said, "This is probably my favorite sometimes you game."
Interesting.
Now I'm going back and looking at sometimes you. There's North, but yeah, go ahead.
Oh man, that hasn't been brought up in a long time.
I don't think you mentioned the gamer score values. Did you mention those?
I did. Oh no, not per achievement. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're all weird ones. They're all either 28 or 27, and one of them is 31.
Yeah, good shout. Yeah, so if you're worried about that or if you need it for competition, this game is perfect for it, because besides the stars, everything else in this game is preloadable. So it's really great for whenever you have to
they are.
have a contest get you that odd number if you don't want to have to complete it right away. And I'm kind of like scrolling down through the achievement names. There's a good variety of letters in there too. So it would be good for an alphabet challenge as well.
That's cool. When I sat down to play this, my kids were around, and my daughter said, "Dad, why is this game called Music Racer? You're not racing anybody." And I said, "You're absolutely right. You are not racing anybody."
I also do want to point out something real quick. After you said that about the phone port, I quick looked it up. It actually is on the phone.
It's a phone port.
Wow.
It's probably easier.
It's a mobile
on the phone.
game,
That's
and
fantastic.
at least on the Android marketplace, Play Store, whatever
That's
it's called,
funny.
it has 5 million downloads.
Wow.
I could see
5
it.
million
So
to one
that's
now.
a fairly big game.
So,
So
anyways,
maybe it is licensed music. Who knows?
I actually would recommend this if you're looking for a kind of a brain dead game to play, grind it out. I had fun with it.
Cool.
Like, let's say your
yeah.
electric bill isn't high enough. Like, just run this game overnight and get some achievements for it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I one more thing. I was actually struggling to get more than 2 stars on a song. It wasn't until Sangrias' video when he mentioned Zen mode where you can't crash, and that made 3 stars a piece of cake. So definitely don't challenge yourself if you don't need to.
So is there any
no
reason to
asterisks.
even like not play on Zen mode if that's the case?
No,
No, just,
challenge yourself.
Yeah, challenge yourself basically.
So there's no reason.
There's
Got it.
no asterisks for trying.
Exactly. There's no asterisks for deleting your save.
Love that
As
guy.
Elroy would say,
Locally.
don't be a hero. Oh boy. Nate, you got anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, I'll be real brief. I played 3 other games, trying to get my better completions matter for the month. G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra. Put some more time into that. Game's actually kind of fun. Don't really have to think. Can kind of listen to podcasts because the story's not great. So that's fun. I've also been playing Indivisible a little bit to get some RPG and Metroidvania in at the same time. And then the reason I stopped playing both of those is Children of Morta, and that is out on Game Pass and for PC and for Xbox, and it is consuming all of my time. I love this game, so I will be doing a deep dive on this in the coming weeks to go over it a little bit more. But it is, I would recommend it to anyone that likes Diablo.
I like Diablo.
Yeah, it's very much like Diablo. I don't want to go into it too much, but let's just say that Diablo, the gameplay of Diablo, mashed up with the narration style of Bastion, is kind of where this game goes.
Cool. I've heard nothing but good things across anybody who's played it.
Yeah, I can't stop playing it. I think they said the estimate's 25 hours.
Put the controller down, Nate.
I'm getting pretty close. I'm getting pretty close to the end of the story. I think there's like 3 major zones, and and each one of them has 3 areas, and I'm on the second area of the last zone that I know of. So, it's not too long, but it's a good time.
Is it multiplayer?
There is local multiplayer. Yes, that's actually one.
I have other questions. I'll reserve them for the deep dive.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Yep.
So right before we came on the air, man, I sound like a high-tech radio broadcaster.
Hey, we're professionals now.
I was playing Forza Horizon 4. I was asking about Rivals mode, and Rivals actually does not have anything to do with multiplayer, so I did not have to even finish the tutorial yet. So the achievement I needed was for RTDL was called Purple Split for beating a rival without receiving a dirty time penalty. And I guess you get a dirty time penalty by crashing into something or colliding with something.
Sure.
Come on, Kenny, you're my Forza guy, aren't you? You're supposed to tell me
I've
stuff.
only played Horizon 4, and I never did the multiplayer.
It's not
I did
multiplayer.
I said it wasn't multiplayer.
It's
I'm sorry.
Rivals.
I never did Rivals. It's like in my mind, it's still the exact same thing as multiplayer, just like it is in yours.
So once I beat something called the Behemoth Showcase, I saw Rivals open up. Now the solutions all say to pick something called the Festival Drag Strip because it's short. But I said, all right, I have this opened up. I'm going to try to beat a rival. So it shows you a recommended rival, and then you hit the Y button to pick any rival you want. You could just scroll down and find someone who picked a bad time. But it takes forever to scroll down, and each time you scroll down, it's some guy who was like a second or a quarter of a second. So I just picked someone, and I did the race, and I lost by 10 seconds. So then when I did it again, my new time was the time I got. So I just had to beat the time I just got. And so I did.
Nice.
And then I looked at the solutions again, and the bottom solution basically says to do this, and it only has 14 votes. So yeah, it pays to read all the solutions.
And the comments.
And the comments, always, yes. So it says do the first run, doesn't matter what you get, just do it again, and as long as you beat it. So the one thing that you can't rewind, so have to do it legit. So I got that one done. Are you done talking about things, Corey? Should I go on to other things? I figured I'll be last with my stories.
My daughter finished Paw Patrol, so now it's Daddy's turn to get all the pup treats.
Aww.
And the golden paw prints, and I'll be done with that.
That's cute.
Yeah. Yeah, she picked it up pretty good. And I'm pretty proud of her. That's it.
How many levels do you have to clean up?
Oh, all of them.
I only have 2 levels left. I just have to convince my daughter to do the last 2 levels just to clean up, and then that game is over.
Yeah, I didn't really supervise her. I did it like the first level or 2, and after that, I just let her go nuts. And she got the golden paw treats, golden pup tags mostly, but she. It's funny when we first started out. She's like, "Oh, I got to go back and I got to get those pup treats." I'm like, "Yeah, you do. Good job."
Good job.
And then I noticed she asked for help because she had some trouble on some of the double jumps. And I'm like, "Oh, you forgot the pup treats?" She's like, "No, I'm just got to go over here and save these ducks." No.
That's not how you do that.
Yeah.
Quack.
Fun times.
So speaking of cartoons, I was watching TV and Avatar The Last Airbender came on. I don't know if I ever mentioned that, but that's a really easy 1K, and it's also one of my favorite shows. I don't know why I said that. It was just something completely unrelated. El, do you got any stories you want to talk about?
I do. I had an achievement on my RTDL for Sunset Overdrive.
Ah, okay.
And unfortunately, I had to wait until RTDL told me to finally complete the campaign for Sunset Overdrive. And guess what?
It's so good.
It was good. Yeah, it's good.
It's so good. It's such an underrated game.
Some would say one of the most underrated games of the decade.
Much like Brutal Legend, though, it has these weird little tower defense parts that I don't really love, to be honest, but you get to set traps.
I like them.
You like that part? Fun. Yeah.
It's definitely
I like tower defense.
It's definitely the low part of the game.
It's the low point.
I won't argue that. I liked it, but yeah, that's not what the game shines in.
So everyone wants to hear about how I got up to 498,000 and decided to play Heroes Trials. A ratalaika special.
Yeah, that's it.
I guess you know this game, Kenny?
I know of it. It's downloaded on my Xbox.
It is special. This game reminded me of Arcadian Warriors on the 360. It was just, I don't know, there's not much to it. You go around and you attack stuff with a sword, or you do a magic, and you could just swap characters at the touch of a button and do magic or sorting and...
Magic or sorting?
These aren't words. These aren't words.
Oh, well, that's because magic is not real.
Do a sword.
Magic's not real, Nate.
Do a magic.
You guys are getting me all nervous now. Yeah, so I got up to 498,000 exactly, and I figured I didn't want to screw up getting 500,000 on the nose, so I better do an easy 1K.
Yeah, that's a good way to get there.
This one was easy, but it was not really memorable. I'm kind of looking right now. There's a walkthrough now. It wasn't when I looked at it, when I did it.
Oh, really?
But I didn't super care for
There's
this
a
game.
walkthrough? Ask me if I used it.
There is. You did use it.
Yes, I did. I actually was reading it to my son while he played. And then when it got too hard for him, I took over. I was actually annoyed. It took me 1 hour and like 8 minutes.
It took me like an hour 45.
Oh, really?
So good on.
So,
apparently.
So I have to tick off the 1 to 2 hour box when it's estimated at 0 to 1 right now.
It does say 0 to 1. Yep.
0 to 1 if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, if I had to start it over now, I could get it done in that time. The walkthrough video is only a half hour. That's the thing.
Looking at my achievement timestamps, there's one part where you have to buy boots, and apparently you can miss that, and I had to go back and play it a second time up to that point. Yeah.
You can get up to that part and not have enough money, and then do the next part, and then come back and get it, which is what I did.
Yeah, possibly.
Probably. Yeah, if you're following a video, you could sometimes lose these nuances. So I happen to have 2 RTTL achievements in that one. So got that one done. And then I had
decision time.
I had a decision that I've been planning for quite a while, actually. I had a friend lend me a copy of Avatar.
Yes.
And it used to be a badge of honor for me to not have it on my tag. But with all the ratalaika games and all the crap I have played, I saw no reason to not play it any longer. Had Fallout 3 PC. Mavis Beacon teaches typing.
There you go.
And if I could do that, I could do Avatar, damn it. So
you've been planning this for a while, yeah. On Sunday, today is Tuesday, you messaged me and said, does anybody have Avatar?
Well, I couldn't find the copy that my friend lent me, but then I found it.
How irresponsible.
Yeah.
By air quotes.
That is what happened.
I'm seeing so many air quotes go by.
Of all the games to hit 500,000, if you use Avatar?
Yeah, why not?
I'm pretty sure
if you hit 500,000, you
smearing
are
this game's good name in the beginning of this podcast.
No, I would not do that.
Pretty sure you were.
You can't hit 500,000 and not be an achievement to such a tremendous degree as I am. So why the hell not play Avatar? It's not like I am one of those players that keeps a 2-3 ratio or anything like that. So
you got your 1K and then you immediately left that leaderboard.
No, I was too busy completing the whole game and following the fantastic story. No, I actually filmed. My whole experience got filmed.
All 2 minutes.
For anyone who's unaware, there's 5 achievements, and there's for 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50 combo. And I stopped at 69, and I sent you guys a screenshot. You probably didn't even know what that.
Of course
You probably didn't even know what that was.
I think I saw that.
Yeah,
I did not see that.
So yeah, that's my story. And I hit 500,000. A whopping 5 people on TA noticed. But we'll give them the benefit of the doubt because there were 1 million milestones due to the site recalc. And everyone got TA milestones that we could talk about now.
5 people noticed, but I just want to say 2 of them said that you owe BCM points for doing it.
I do.
One said that this was a post of shame.
I do.
Good job, Mel. 500,000. That's awesome. That's a lot of games.
I'm trying to remember who said that.
So basically what we're getting is Elle really wants you to congratulate him. So every single person go and find that 500,000 and send Elle a little congratulations.
I'm trying to remember who said it. Oh, yeah, I think Facial said it. Yeah, Facial said it. And then Corono said, I had this in mind too. I don't know if he was being facetious or not, but I don't know.
I don't know either.
We'll have to ask him. Oh, and then when I did it, Fug noticed, and then Hawkeye, Barry noticed, because he's a true Hawkeye. He's a big Avengers fan.
Dumb.
I don't know, I have to go with it now. fits the narrative. So I didn't hide it as well as I had wanted. I should have done it like 2 a.m. or something.
It wasn't going to go.
But
unnoticed.
honestly, I was okay with it. It was kind of a relief in the way.
Didn't have to take a shower right after.
No. I am the 60,347th out of 61,655 people. 1,000 people dived this game and didn't complete it. What's going on with you people? I guess it's basically the same as a preload if you need something.
It's the same as not having it on your tag. Well, I didn't complete it. Either one is silly considering.
Even
The
Kenny
same
did this
people
one.
probably have a bunch of Ratalaika games on their tag.
Yeah, it's not even the fastest completion anymore.
Oh. Are you talking about one of our sale games? Is that an early sale way?
Maybe.
All right.
Well, let's do it. Silgway.
Oh, really? You want to do sales? Keep us on our toes?
Yes, we're going on to sales.
Fine. Rememory is on sale. And I don't remember how much it cost. It was like $6.
I think it's like
It's been-
$6 or $7.99.
It was like $5.69 or something like that. It's the full price is $15 and it's been as low as $3.
Yep.
But
It is now.
that-
It's $4.49 right now.
there you go.
Oh, there you go.
Like I said,
So its recent claim to fame is quickness.
yeah, it's quickness.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen the claim?
I know
Yes,
of the
I
glitch.
So there's I get kind of like a cheat code-ish thing where you can just go through the levels and there's achievements tied to the levels. And I saw a video title that said 1,000 Gs in 53 seconds.
Wow.
But is it a glitch?
That's all you
I
do.
knew it was much faster, but I didn't realize it was that much
Have you,
faster.
have you
it's
seen it
built
in
into
action?
the game.
It is?
I haven't bothered to really look at it in action because I've already completed it. But
Oh.
It's. I remember seeing someone talk about it. You basically just like hold a button, like you get in the game and just hold RB, I think it is. And I saw it the other week. I can't remember it now. Yeah, you just hold a button, completes it, and you just watch achievements pop.
I don't
So
know. I did Avatar. I did
this-
Fallout 3. I don't know if I would want to do that.
So you hold LB and you
LB.
keep pressing down and right, and you do that for like 50 seconds, and you'll complete the game. Maybe 3 minutes. Who knows?
Maybe if you get the game for free. Seems like a waste of money to do that, but I guess to each his own.
You just played Avatar.
Well, he
never
borrowed it.
paid money for
He
it.
borrowed it from a
I
friend.
would not have bought it to do that. I really wouldn't have. I
Oh,
borrowed it.
Let me lend you a copy of Remembered.
I think Michelle bought that for her puzzle leaderboard, actually. So I do have access to it.
Well, there you go. You can
And
get
instead of doing this
1,000 Gs in
glitch-
2 minutes.
I need to do it legit. So instead of this glitch,
Oh no,
I could
this
just
game is terrible. Don't do it legit.
Oh, quiet. Let me finish my joke. I was going to say,
Oh, sorry.
instead of
Sorry.
doing the glitch, I could have Michelle tell me everything, what to do. So
She'll tell you
doing
to hold
it,
right.
I got to do it legit. Maybe
LB.
that would be pretty funny if she just said, screw this, I'm doing the glitch.
Oh, I can see it.
Hope you're having fun in Atlantic City, Michelle. Bet on the Chiefs. Bet us some money. Go Chiefs. Patriots suck.
There it is. I had to talk about it. Elle, do you recommend any other games?
Oh, yeah. Storm Boy. That game is awesome.
Oh,
That game is like $1 something. You have to buy that if you don't have it already.
it is $1.97.
$1 something. In Australian, it's like $1.97. Yeah, just make sure you play it with some tissues nearby and get your head out of the gutter, Kenny.
Mr. Percival.
Yeah, you need to put that clip in here.
That was my ex impersonation.
I was
Mr.
just sitting there
Percival.
thinking about trying to find that clip and put it in there.
Oh, I've got it for you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, God, Mr. Percival.
Hey, you know what's on sale?
What else is on sale?
North.
Hey,
You're just gonna steal all my games.
man, we haven't
Oh.
I
talked
came
about
prepared.
North in
You-
a long time, and here it's been mentioned 2 times in the same show. Hey, Nate, you got any games you want to recommend?
Well, I
Tracks.
don't know about recommend, but I do have a couple
Tracks.
games that I'd like to point out. And that is
Ooh.
Modern Tales, Age of Invention, and Noir Chronicles, City of Crime. These are Artifex Mundi games. And you might remember a time when Artifex Mundi games were about $8, and then they doubled in price, and they went to about $15. Well, they're on sale now for 50% off. So they're back to their original price. Both of these can be picked up for $7.49 each, and each of those used to be $15. So if you like the Artifacts Mundi games, they're not bad. $8 seems okay. I mean, I'd rather do it for $4, but not horrible. Then there's also the Deponia collection. And this is $14 down from $20. This is for 4 games. So this collection is 4 games. It's 4,000 gamer score. It's 5,678 TA. I had to do math to figure that out. And they're each about 5 to 6 hours to complete. What are you doing? And as far as what to recommend, I haven't played it, and I see that there's one unobtainable. I just like the price. The Walking Vegetables is $3 down from $13. And this is 1,000 gamer score with 3,163 TA. So even though there's one unobtainable, there's a lot of TA to squeeze out of this one. So I had a hard time with the sales this week.
There's a lot.
I don't know about you, but like when the sales came out, I just kind of flipped because there was so much there. It's like, what happened? Why? I don't understand why.
Feast or famine.
Yeah, and there's actually some good games that I'm interested in, but they're not quite cheap enough. Like Arise, A Simple Story is $5 off.
I was looking at that. That looked interesting.
It does look interesting. It looks, it's kind of a pretty kind of hand-drawn art.
Yeah, I want it for $10 off though.
Yeah, I would like to go a little bit deeper before I get that. Skeletrix, we can't get here, but if we have some friends over the pond, maybe we can work something out. Soul looks interesting, but I think that's also only $5 off. Sparklight looked pretty interesting. Its sale was only $4 off or whatever. However, that is now on xCloud. So if you're on the xCloud beta, don't buy this. If you think it looks good, instead go play it there. And that was probably all the stuff I thought looked interesting.
Yeah, speaking of which, a lot of the games are on Game Pass.
Yeah, a lot of these good ones could potentially be Game Pass or xCloud. So do a little bit of research.
Yeah, luckily none of my recommendations are on Game Pass.
I got some new ones for you.
How about that? Oh, yeah.
Like One Nightstand.
Yes, there's a bunch of ratalaikas on sale.
I wonder, like, who passes on it at $5 and then buys it at $4? I guess people might. People cheap enough like me.
Pitch?
I wish I was like
Mike
you
Pitch
and,
is
dollars
cheap.
didn't matter. Had them to burn.
Waka's favorite game, Your Toy, is on sale for $6 instead of $15. That's supposed to be
play it.
That's a quick one. It's supposed to be really good.
It is not quick.
No.
It's quick if you get lucky.
Mike Pitch, hey-o. Waved it in.
I'm going to wave myself in there and say, here are several sale games that are under $3. So those would be Storm Boy Tracks, which is the American version of Skeletrix that Koosh mentioned, North, and then Adventures of Elena Temple. I would really recommend the Alana Temple one. It is actually 2,000 gamer score because it did have a title update that was free, and it's still only a couple hours, and it has 1,700 TA difference. And the developer is really kind and appealing to achievement hunters. So he has some other games he's working on, and I bet you we will be playing them. Just have a hunch. I also have a buy for myself and a recommend for you. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. They're both Vayners with an asterisk.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
First one is Tesla Grad. It's like $3. Definitely play Tesla Grad. You'll be Tesla glad you did.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be Tesla mad if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And Tesla.
And it used to be a Tesla fad when we all played it, but
that was on the tip of my tongue.
really, that one? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's a Metroidvania light, if you ask me.
We make a lot of Tesla dad
but
jokes.
It's very fun.
There you go. It's the collectibles you needed to backtrack. I feel like you didn't have to for the main game.
Not as much, very very little bit, but yeah, Tesla Grad. You should definitely buy it. I know Retro Chief, new member in the Discord. He said he was going to pick it up, and you will not be Sad about that, sir. The other one I want to mention is Toy Odyssey. This is a game I did not know about before today. It's on sale for like $6, and it is categorized as like an action adventure game or something like that. And sounded kind of cool. You're like in a bedroom and you're a toy, or you're protecting toys, and I don't know, that whole skyscape thing. I don't know how you want to say it, but that whole aesthetic usually appeases to me, and so I decided to look it up. And generally, I look up stuff on Steam first. And what do you know about this game? It says Toy Odyssey is a Metroidvania-style action platformer that takes you back to a world made from the nightmares of your childhood. Did you hear that?
Oh, I heard it.
Said Vayner. TA does not say Vayner. So,
hold on.
I commend everybody to play this and argue with me to get this changed.
I could see Koosh's Uncle Sam meme in my head.
Might have to post it.
It's coming.
If that hasn't sold you enough, I'll give you some key features as read on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
Hard as nails gameplay, Metroidvania style puzzles, over 30,000 lines of skippable dialogue. Come on, guys. Keyword being skippable.
So funny. Made me laugh.
So yeah, I'm going to be picking up Toy Odyssey, I think. And I think that you should pick up Teslagrad. Definitely.
I'm thinking about picking it up physical on the PS4.
Oh, boy.
Teslagrad?
Yeah, now I saw someone mention that they got the physical copy. I'm like, ooh, physical copy.
I know. I wish that those limited run games would come to Xbox.
That would be
sometimes.
fun. I would like that.
I'm debating about Ori physical. It makes no sense because Game Pass, but
what are you talking about?
That would just be a cool one to have.
Yeah, they've got the collectors. I went ahead and I pre-ordered the collectors, and I'm also going to play it day one digital, and just not open the collectors.
Hey, that sounds like a plan to me.
I'm not going to open it.
To what the point?
Well, not at first.
You're never going to sell it.
I might open it eventually, but
you're not going to sell it. Just
I'm going to
open
the digital.
Do an unboxing video. We like those.
We haven't done any of those.
Play the You're going to want to play the soundtrack. You're going to just do it.
Yeah, I will want to play the soundtrack. That's true.
It comes with an actual Wisp.
What?
Yeah, I know. Like that thing you pick
like from Ireland?
No.
Or is it Scotland? I don't know. They're the same place. I'm an American. They're the same place.
It's a land. Yeah, they're both lands. This land is your land. This land is my land. We couldn't have an episode without me singing. Okay, let's go.
Fantastic.
Love you, fuck.
Passing right along, on Game Pass, we have showing up soon Resident Evil 4, Tom Clancy's The Division, Tomb Raider DE, also known as Definitive Edition. We have Middle Earth, Shadow of Mortar Goaty, and we have Saints Row the Third on the 360.
360.
And then for xCloud, we just saw an article today saying that new games had been posted, and sure enough, I launched up the app, foolishly went to console streaming, so wasted some electricity starting the console up downstairs, and then switched over to xCloud to see that we now have Batman: The Enemy Within, episodes 1 through 5, and Batman: The Telltale series, episodes 1 through 5. We have Destiny 2, but who plays that? We have Halo: The Master Chief Collection, which is gross, and we have Goner Blueberry Edition. Portal Knights
delicious
for kids. Sid Meier's Civilization VI. We also have Kingdom 2 Crowns.
6. That's 6.
I'm just trying to get a rise out of L. Sparklight, as mentioned.
I give up.
And Sparklight, as mentioned before, looked interesting to me, and it is on xCloud, so I will be taking that for a spin. We have Super Hot.
I'm sorry, I don't know that game.
Super Hot.
Oh, that one, yes. Nice.
Surge,
Super Hot.
The Wolf Among Us, Tracks, the train set game, which I'm pretty sure everyone has already finished. Train Sim World 2019. The Surge, which was already mentioned, so that's cool. And Wasteland 2, Director's Cut.
That's a good group of games right there. I'm super excited for Civilization 6 to be added in there.
I thought you were going to say The Surge.
The crazy part is that it's all free.
Right?
These are just free games.
Yeah, pretty much. I think...
not for you, L. You don't have Android.
Corey's sitting here like he just got Android.
That's bull.
Windows Central just said that this totally destroys Stadia. Like Stadia just announced.
Stadia's dead.
Stadia
100%.
announced something, and then of course xCloud has just put this stuff out there for free, and it's already better than Stadia. So
yeah, they were limping before, and then this was kind of like the axe to the back, because their big title was Destiny 2, and from what I've seen, it's not been performing super well. And then it's okay, we'll just throw Destiny 2 on xCloud, and it works really good. So there we go, and it's free.
xCloud is so good.
I know you guys are such buzzkills when you talk about how it's not an iPhone.
Well, get the better phone.
You're lucky I just got an email saying that Nickelback is touring during the summer, because I was really bummed out, and now I'm super pumped. Playing All the Right Reasons in its entirety to a stadium full of screaming fans. It's going to be so awesome.
And that's L trying to deflect from the fact that he has the inferior phone.
I'm sad.
I'm also really excited that Batman the Enemy Within is in this. I played the Telltale series. I played the Telltale series. Love that. I thought that was great. I enjoyed the story. But I never bought the Enemy Within. And now I can play it for free. Because once again, this is another game that's like, I kind of been like right there about to buy it. Do I want to buy it? Never really pulled the trigger. So now I lucked out. Get to play that.
They just fixed the achievements that they just broke. So, yay.
Even better. Yeah. I know, Corey, you've had some problems with xCloud. Nave, you've been using it?
I've been using it some, and it seems fine. I have not played too much outside of my Wi-Fi, because my data plan's not good, and it eats through data like crazy. So, but from the house, it's fine. Sometimes console streaming is not so great. Like trying to play Axiom Verge, the lag was just painful. I just could not stand to see that game perform at that rate, so I stopped playing that. But I was playing Agent A over xCloud, or console streaming to my phone, my Android device, which is fantastic, by the way. And that worked really well in the house, and that's the type of game that would work really well for. So Batman, I think, would probably be just as good. So I may try to play it that way when my daughter is monopolizing the TV.
Yeah, Telltale games, management games, simulation games are really where it's going to be at when it comes to xCloud. At least until they get all the bugs and whatnot worked out, and then it's just flawless game streaming. But as right now, since it is still in beta and it's kind of like glitchy, anything a little bit slower pace like that, it works much better with xCloud. All right, well, let's get into some hashtag contests. First contest that we got that we're going to talk about is the Frame Holes Completion Challenge. I know we've mentioned this a few weeks ago, and we failed to mention that there's actually some prizes. Corey, you want to give us a rundown on them?
Sure. So, Frame Holes Completion Challenge 2020.
And these prizes are from Chin?
Is a little bit different this year. If you've we mentioned it when it came out, but if you go to our Discord and check the contest channel, you'll see the pinned doc that contains all the specifics. But he's actually split his completion challenge up into 4 different completion challenges this year. I don't have the list in front of me, but it has category 1, an alphabetical 1, an RTDL 1, and something else. So there's different ways that you can go about this completion challenge. Community member Chin Docta, one of the hosts of the RGS podcast, Real Gamer Score, is actually offering up prizes for Frames Completion Challenge 2020. There's going to be 4 minor prizes and 1 major prize. The 4 minors are going to be awarded to the first individual to complete each category, 1 per person. So you can focus on completing one of those lists, and if you're first, looks like the prize will be $15. That's a gift card, most likely, not cash money. But the major prize is first place in all 4 categories, which will avoid any first place finishes in a minor category, but the prize is bigger at a $60 value. So there's going to be 5 distinct winners total, and you have several different options to choose from. So if that interests you, I would look at it quickly to be one of those first finishers.
The good news is that since Chin is giving out the the prizes, you're not competing against him. And he was
wow.
right. He was always completing this challenge when it was only, one category, with whatever 30 completions or whatever. Like he had it done in like the first month, maybe the first 2 weeks. It was silly. So yeah, you don't have to compete with that, but you do have some other killers. So get on it.
Yeah, that's really cool. Thanks, Jen. That's a really nice prize too.
Yeah, I'm not sure which way I'm going to go yet. Definitely not doing all 4, but I need to pick a single point there and do it. Maybe the alphabet one. Maybe.
All right, next contest we're going to mention real quick is the RTDL. As always, if you want to be involved in this, you can sign up for a free list. Just head on into Discord. We'll get you signed up for that. We did have one full combo to announce. I'm sure everyone knows who this is. He does it all the time. It's
Big
NBA Kirkland.
He did it on the 12th, January 12th, 12 days.
Yeah.
Which pretty good. Pretty good.
Just crazy.
Yeah,
he
last
just tears through these all the time.
Last week's show was so jam-packed that we neglected to mention it, so sorry about that one, this husband. You deserve all the accolades.
Now he's doing easy mode, right?
No, he's doing hard mode.
Tourist mode?
He did over 7,000 points worth, so he's the best curator there is.
I mean, he's still in hard mode, so it's still pretty good.
No, regardless, yeah. He knows what he's doing. Good job, Kirky.
Even if you are curating your list, getting them done, by the 12th, that's still really good.
Absolutely.
I just got my 16th, so that was great.
Was it an avatar?
Does that put you in second place for the month?
Probably not.
Who else is competing?
There's basically
really?
4 of us that do well all the time. The other 2 are Kingsman and High Road for 2. But I will look that up while you guys do some...
Oh, really? I'm not that interested.
Well, now I'm curious.
So typically we go into G-Task next, and we mention, who's all been eliminated, but there has been no eliminations this week. So good job, guys.
Why is that?
Everyone's already eliminated. Right? That's totally the reason.
Yes, that's totally the reason.
Oh.
Corey, go ahead and tell us the reason.
The reason that we don't have anybody on our list for eliminations this week is, because there was no eliminations this week.
That was simple.
Pushed back. It got pushed back. You know why it got pushed back?
Because TA.
This was the participation part of the show. Yes, TA. TA has experienced a major influx of new users. And what happens when you add 70,000 users to the site? It's going to affect some ratios. So, yeah. If you've noticed you're hitting some milestones that you didn't think you were about to hit, or you just see that TA number jump, well, you've likely have benefited from all these new users. Let me back up a little bit.
Please do.
TA, I believe, on this previous Friday, so a week before this podcast come out, they released a really cool infographic that showed your personal decade on Xbox using the hashtag #MyDecadeOnXbox. If you haven't seen that or know about it, look that up on any social media. Check TA's front page. It's pretty cool. If you are a TA member, you can click this nice little button, and this infographic is generated for you, and it tells you cool things about your gamer tag, like how many games played, achievements won, your gamer score. All very cool stuff that, any prominent member of TA can check, and probably does check 30 times a day. It also does some cool things about giving you the value of all the games on your tag. Now, of course, you have likely, hopefully, not paid that much money for all the games on your tag, but it is a cool number to see. They can't take into account sale prices and games with gold and Game Pass. So obviously that's going to flux, but again, still a cool number to see. They could tell you how many rare achievements you have. One of my favorite things is this bubble type calendar that they have. So from the past 10 years, you can see your most active months, and you can see your best day out of the entire 10 years, your best year, and you can see the breakdown of all that stuff. You can see the breakdown by platform to see where you mainly game, your top five genres, your rarest achievements, most played series, and then just a couple of completion stats. So yeah, very cool thing. What had happened is, Rich is in our Discord now, and he's kind of given us some of these. He's responding to feedback, and he's sharing some stuff with us. As soon as it's released, like this decade stuff is pretty cool. And he asked, we could, like stuff on Twitter and share our stuff, and a lot of the community members did. I don't know if it got sent to or how it happened, but Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, he got wind of it, and he shared his decade on Xbox using the cool. TA site. No, I didn't stop there. Major Nelson also did it.
AC Bongos.
Jeff Rubenstein, AC Bongos. So all of the head Xbox people started doing this, and that's going to generate a lot of interest in the site of, followers of those people who aren't, necessarily achievement hunters. And that's exactly what it did. It brought so many new registrants to TA. So this happened on Friday. So on Monday, Rich told us that they effectively had 4 months of normal registrations occur on one day,
which is crazy.
So 4 months of activity occur on one day. Yesterday, they were trending 70,000 in the U.S. afternoon. So they are on track to hit 100,000 new users by the end of the week, depending on what other news sites pick it up and whatnot. So it's been very good week for TA. Very busy for that staff over there.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
I was going to say
it's really great for them.
Rich was in our Discord saying, "Come on, guys, let's get this trending," and I was like, "Okay, sure." And sure enough, it wasn't just trending; it was huge.
It went viral.
Yeah. Yep. Windows Central talked about it. GameSpot. There's a mega thread on Reddit. It's definitely been a good week for TA. What it hasn't been a good week for is GTask people, going back to the topic at hand. And so what these 100,000 users have done is they have driven up the ratios and the TA values of a lot of games, mostly popular games, because that's what, the majority plays. So the biggest things you're going to be affected are your Call of Duties, your Halos, your Battlefields, Sunset Overdrive. All your main titles are going to see big TA bumps. And that can be seen on the GTask leaderboard if you're anywhere near that. So I'm focused on team right now. I'm not in individual, but I keep track of team. Brer Tom and the Possum Folk are still in it and kicking. And so normal cutoff has been around in the 9,000s, right? For the cutoff line, maybe high 8s, but anywhere from 8 to 10,000, it could fall right now, which is pretty crazy. Brer Tom and the Possum Folk are currently 2 above elimination. And we have 32,000 TA difference.
Wow.
Whoa.
Nuts.
Jeez.
Nuts. The top team, I'm not following them. I don't want to click through and waste time, but my top follow team is, the good, the bad, and the fugly. And, obviously Waka, Bill, Kirkland, and What the Fug, they have 54,000 TA, because, Waka and Kirkland are beast modes right now. Waka is at 23,000 TA difference for the week. Kirkland's at 20,000 TA difference. It is ridiculous what these ratio bumps are doing. And so that's not super fair to the people in GTask. So they decided to push elimination off for a week and make it a double period. So this coming Monday, January, whatever, this coming Monday, there's going to be 8 team eliminations, without looking, probably like 22 individual eliminations. So like, and it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a massive push for a lot of people. I see a lot of Minecrafts being burned right now to just try to stay afloat.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
kind of crazy.
Yep.
Randomly, I just saw Sasha post something on Facebook TA site saying apparently there's something called an Alexa rank, the Alexa rank.
Okay.
So
Right.
90 days ago, TA was 14,951 in global internet traffic and engagement over the past 90 days. So it went from 14,000 to 10,000.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it's crazy. In the
Yep.
world.
As of right now, we were recording on Tuesday. Rich has said that they're going to recalculate every single game tomorrow on Wednesday. So I'm very interested to see where TA values land near the end of the week, going into the weekend. For GTAS participants, like I said, it's going to be nuts for some.
Might get delayed again. You don't know. It's going to be crazy.
It could, but I kind of doubt it.
I kind of doubt it as well. I almost wouldn't blame them if they did.
This next recalc I don't see as being as big of a surprise. But I don't know all the super inner details that are going on. I would be shocked if it pushed, if it made a lot of movement this time.
Yeah, this whole decade thing that's pretty cool, and that's just crazy at the TA difference now with this stuff. Oh my gosh!
Well, the funny thing is that Rich was saying that this was just like something he was just said, hey, wouldn't it be cool if, and then next thing you know, developers are writing the code and boom, they put it out, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're on track for 100,000 new registrants.
Yeah, he said he came into the office Monday with the idea, and they had it deployed on Friday.
Wow, that's fast.
Yep. And one of the features, I can't remember which one exactly, maybe the genre bit, wasn't even an idea until 2 hours before they published it.
Yeah, I thought it was the active months.
Maybe it was that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but one of the cooler bits of it was a last minute ad, and they did a good job. And they've done a really good job of keeping the site up. I haven't seen the site down. Scanners have been working for me every time I've tried.
Well, yeah,
they've been on.
That's
it.
a good point. If you're a pro member, you are on.
Yes.
You're on scanners that aren't shared by everyone else. I think that standard users maybe have noticed some issues, and I think
Probably.
Rich addressed that in the TA feedback channel, and I'm pretty sure that's where he was talking about that. So things were a little bit slow for standard users, but I think that they're getting caught up. Basically, scanners just have to work overtime, and once they get caught up with all these new users, then the site will be back to normal.
So
Crazy world our achievements are in right now.
I wonder how many people actually stick around and are not just, if you have 100,000 people that log in, that's 100,000 new, it's 100,000 new accounts. I wonder how many people are just going to, maybe dive into this whole achievement thing, or if they're just,
never know.
Oh, that's neat, I'm out. Which I'm sure a good majority of them will be.
You never know. If you can get another 50, 100, couple hundred pro subscriptions, it all helps.
Oh, no doubt.
And it definitely helps with ratios.
Oh, that too. That's going to be something. I don't remember how long you have to be inactive before you're removed from the site, though. Maybe a year? I don't know. But
I didn't actually realize that they remove people.
I
never heard that.
I don't know if they did. I ran across a big L that was not you not too long ago.
I forgot. Yeah, I remember that.
I don't know. Maybe they don't. Probably had a higher ratio than I did. Big L. All right. Good job. I know you've all been on pins and needles waiting for me to find the random to-do list leaderboard for the month.
Oh, yes. Yes, please enlighten us.
NBA Kirkland is sitting pretty at number 1. With
No
all
surprise.
25 achievements at 7,000. Jeez.
That's so crazy.
Now, the rest of us schlubs are number 2, Kingsman with 17 achievements, Enigma Gamer with 16, Saucy has 14, but has more points than I do. I have 16. High Road has 13, Freemhole has 15, Marka B has 10, Shitbobble Bibble has 8, and Freshy Fresh has 9. That's the top 10. So thank you for the RTDL Wizard, ZZ Urban Spaceman,
and everyone on there is on standard except for Kirkland and Mark B. You two are on hard mode.
Yeah, so we have lots of contests, lots of fun stuff. Chewy's going to announce something soon, maybe.
Check it out in Discord. Discord is the place to be.
Check it out.
And we've been talking a lot about the milestones over the past decade. So this is a good point to get into hashtag brag camp, proclamation point, milestone mount, one of these things.
Brag.
There we go.
Let's do it to it.
All right, for completions. What the Fug has 250 of them, and Waka has hit 650. That is a lot of completions.
Oh, you gave yours the category with only 2 names. Cool. And it was
It's been like that for the past couple of weeks. I just got lucky.
We have ratios. Nerve Bullet has reached a new milestone of TA ratio 1.5. Mark B's at a 1.8, and Reptar on Ice, man, 2.1 ratio.
Nice.
Yeah,
Hopefully they all include the correct settings.
he just completed Infinite Undiscovery, which is just a grind and a half for a 1G achievement.
Hard pass.
Yeah.
What's
Good man, though.
Yeah. Facial LaFleur is on a 25-day achievement win streak. Doom Ravens on a 50-day. Philip Wendell, 200 days. Seamus McLimey, 1,200 days.
Seamus.
Bit L, 72, 1,450 days. Saucy Slingo at 2,100 days. Also, I'm on a 10-day win streak.
Congratulations.
Don't Die is on a 10-day win streak. And Weasel Pizza is on a 10-day win streak.
Well done.
Living the dream.
You see, you're keeping track of them, so I don't care if they get mentioned.
In Achievements 1, we have Fight Club X with 5,250 Achievements 1. We have Death Dealers with 5,250 Achievements 1. Maybe they were cheating off of each other. Emperor L has 6,500 Achievements 1. Dark Lord Davis with 8,500. Darkwing 1232 with 10,000 Achievements 1. Rocker Dude 5012 with 10,250 Achievements 1. Ben L 72 with 10,500. Printmatic, that's a new name. Well done. Thank you for friending us. 11,250. Professor Pluto with 13,250. R56 Cooper S11 with 17,000 achievements won. Matriarch with 21,500. Facial LaFleur with 23,500. NBA Kirkland with 23,500. X the Hero. Exe with 25,500. True Marvelous with 47,500, and Sasha Morning with 36,000, which is not in sequential order, but okay, that's cool. In Gamerscore, we have Printmatic with 300,000 Gamerscore. We have Big L with 500,000, thanks to some Avatar. Isret 102 with 750,000 Gamerscore, and Elroy OMJ with 850,000 Gamerscore.
That's a lot.
Love that
All
guy.
the numbers.
All right. My turn. Mitrial B has 400,000 TA score. Rocker Dude, 550,000. K-Boo, 73. The Big Bruins fan has 650,000. J Zarp, 43, also has 650,000. And What the Fug also has 650,000. The trifecta. And Sangrius has more than 3 of the 650,000s with 2,700,000. And Redemption Denied with a measly paltry 4 million TA score. Thanks to
nuts.
I mean, thanks to the recalc. I mean, he was, nowhere near there, of course.
Of course not.
Definitely not.
It's totally because of that.
Nice job, everyone. What else we got there? Fancy leaderboards. Ragnarok 0272 is in the top 2,000 of all of TA in the Gamerscore leaderboard. Facial LaFleur is in the top 20 of California. Yay! Completed games. Nicely done. Skeptical Mario is in the top 50 of TA leaderboard for Vayners. Whoa. That should be in caps. I'm surprised it isn't. Ragnarok is also now third in the Nebraska TA leaderboard for MMOs. Oh, okay. Mad Eye Pet Eye is third in Europe games played, and Kronos is in the top 2,000 of the TA leaderboard for action adventure games.
Way to go, everyone.
All right. Hopefully next week I can tell you more about some RPGaners. I want to give a quick shout out to my ex-RTDL teammate, Debt Dealers. And last week I said G-Task for Ben L72 when I meant RTDL. Oopsie doopsie. Chewy on Ice gave this testimonial, which may be a recurring thing. He said, blimey, I just wanted to pop in and say Debt Dealers is an awesome person and a real asset to this community. Oh. For a while now, she's been running regular Star Wars Battlefront sessions and helping people through daft stuff, and well as recently hosting some very large and complex 20-people sessions.
Bloody hell.
And she doesn't even, bloody hell, damn it, I was going to do that, need to do this because she's had all the achievements for a while.
That was the worst, Chewy.
That wasn't a Chewy, that was my mic. Legend. She is a legend. Even though I give her crap for not making sure I finished the boss hunt, and I don't think it's ever coming back because there's no calendar, and I'm just very upset, and I'm going to cry.
Still cranky about that.
Always.
But yeah, that's one thing about Death Dealers, though. She won't delete the game like Koosh.
Yeah.
She'll
Koosh,
help,
you're
help
really
you.
just
Absolutely. Yeah. I also want to thank her for getting me through the boss hunt. I hear other people are trying to do it, but she helped me. So so thank you very much, Death Dealers.
Koosh bought another hard drive just to install it and uninstall it again. He's just a real mean jerk.
I want to say thank you to Death Dealers for being such an asset to the community.
Yeah.
I've never got to play a game with her, but maybe in the future.
I want to say thank you for joining in with the Uno sessions. She was a lot of fun and helped out with that. And also to say thank you for boosting the server, the Discord server.
Oh, yeah. That does something.
We get more emojis. That's the important part.
That is important.
We need more emojis.
I had some DMs asking how they can change their color, and the answer is to join the Patreon at patreon.com/achievementhunting101. Now, there's two tiers, the dollar tier, and we get an extra cent, and the $5 tier. What are the
101 is a thing.
Yeah. What are the differences between the two tiers, Corey?
So the $1.01 tier is the filthy casual tier, and that's just say thanks for supporting, or I'm going to support Achievement Hunting 101, and we very much appreciate that. The other tier is $5 tier. You can certainly go above and beyond that, like some of our patrons do. But that is all that you have to support to get some extra bonuses, some extra perks in the Discord, as well as outside the Discord. The $5 tier gets you into the patron Discord channel. So that is a channel that's only for patrons. A lot of saucy stuff happens in there. It will also allow you to pick a name, color of your choice in the Discord. You can be as flamboyant as you want, or you can be as invisible as you want.
It is so great.
It is not great.
Yes, it is.
Chip, you are immature
Chip,
and
that was
making fun of
amazing.
me. No.
Yes, I was dying laughing. My stomach hurt. I was laughing so hard. It was hilarious.
Not only that, you
Don't tell
also
them what he said,
have the option
son of
of getting your own emoji in the server. It could be almost whatever you want. And lastly, you get put into a monthly giveaway that Kenny does. So it's all good fun. And as you can hopefully tell, we use that to better the podcast. We have all gotten some mics now that hopefully sound a lot better, and we do thank you for that.
We also have been doing some extra content. We've got a couple of crazy different things there, but the main thing which everyone seems to really be enjoying right now is the video game 20 questions.
That content is available to any and all patrons.
Yes. All right, so before we close it out and get out of here, we have to do the Xbox trivia.
Oh boy.
Yeah, who's winning right now?
That's not important. That's not
As
important.
if he doesn't know.
It was NFL fever, damn it. I'm winning.
As
You're
if
losing.
Corey doesn't know. So far, the score is Elle and Nate at 1 and Corey at 2 points. All right, so week 3. Here is the question. Before the Xbox One was given its final name, it went by this code name. What was the code name for it? Was it A, Xenon? I might actually be pronouncing that wrong. If I am, my bad. Xenon, I don't know. B, Banaboo. C, Durango. Or D, Natal. I may...
All right. Hold on. I'm sending you the answer now.
A and B, I'm not going to lie, I might actually be saying... I might be... God, I can't speak. It's too late. I may be mispronouncing them. They're all real code names. I will say that.
So go through them one more time.
Yeah, let's read the question off again as well, because I might have been sleeping. I said might. Not a certainty.
Before the Xbox One was released, it had a code name. What was it?
Yes, before the Xbox was given its final name,
hold on.
Xbox One.
Okay, so before the Xbox One.
Yes.
Yeah, so what was the Xbox One's code name? I don't know why I worded it the way I did. Let's just go with that. That's a much easier way to word it. What was the Xbox One's code name?
Was it Xenon? Boom Fumaloom, whatever he said.
Xenon, Baraboo, Durango, or Natal. And I will say all 4 of these are real code names.
Right.
I've already sent my answers.
All 4 are real code names of different Microsoft projects.
Quit Googling.
It's Scorpio, though. That's what I think it is. So that's that's my answer.
The answers are in. Answers are in. Corey, you guessed C, Durango.
Durango.
That's a
Nate,
car.
You guessed A, Xenon.
That's a battery.
No, that's a warrior princess.
Oh.
And L, you also guessed C, Durango. And the correct answer is C, Durango.
Woo! Of course.
Come on, Nate.
You may have been sleeping.
Yeah, May.
That was an easy one.
That was an easier one.
It's not Scorpio?
No, it's definitely not Scorpio. Yeah, I was actually looking this up. Xenon was actually for the Xbox 360, and Baraboo was for the Microsoft HoloLens. And then Natal, I figured that was a gimme. I figured you all knew that was the Kinect.
Actually, I didn't. Durango was the only one I knew.
Yeah, that's the only one I heard of.
Wow, okay then.
But I now know it goes Durango, Scarlet, or Durango, Scorpio, Scarlet, Anaconda, right?
And Lockhart.
I think it was a Scorpio.
Yes, Scorpio is for Xbox One X.
We're about to take away your point there, buddy.
Scarlet, Anaconda, and Lockhart have all been for whatever this next series of
Scarlet.
Xbox
Scarlet
are
is
gonna
definitely
be.
next. Johansson. It's called the Johansson.
All right. Well, if you enjoyed this show, please like and review us on your platform of choice. And also be sure to share it around. We'd really appreciate it. If you would like to get in contact us, you can send us a Twitter tweet on the Twitter at Achievements101. Be sure to follow us on all of the different platforms, the Twitch and Mixer and YouTube. Check it out, AH101 or Achievement Hunting 101. And like we mentioned a minute ago, if you can help us out monetarily, we greatly appreciate it. Patreon.com/Achievement Hunting 101. We understand not everyone can, but for those of you that have, we greatly thank you. All right, guys. Class dismissed. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
We're still playing Vayners.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a very sequential segment with everybody's favorite educators, X the Hero and Elroy OMJ. love that guy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Even though it's almost February, we here at VSS thought we would make a PSA about the top games that you should be on the lookout for as we move into 2020. Luckily, nothing really cool came out in January, unless you count DBZ Kakarot if you're into that, and it actually does look pretty cool. But the segment's not outdated because we have not missed any major releases. Now, it wouldn't be a VSS without introduction, so if you'll allow me some plums in trees, like the kind of trees that plums grow in, right? I will introduce my lovely assistant and co-host, Elroy OMK. Now, you might be asking, what's up with the K? And it's quite simple. Elroy OMJ was 2019, and Elroy has blossomed from humble OMJ caterpillar into majestic OMK butterfly. And butterflies love plums. See how that all ties together?
Oh, yeah, I really appreciate that, the hero-in-law. You're no longer my ex, you're just my in-law.
In-law the hero?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's a ring to it. So, man, how you been? I haven't talked to you in a while.
Good. Settled into the new place. Hopefully the echo that I hear from myself talking doesn't make it into this recording.
Yeah? Yeah, enjoying a good milk day?
Yeah, I had a half day of school. Lovely.
Oh, yeah, we get that off.
Yeah, I had to learn about trauma that teachers face, and then I had to learn about ESL students for the 400 millionth time, and then I had to learn about Cami, which sounds like a stripper, but it's actually a PDF annotation app.
Oh, that's funny you mentioned trauma. I've been missing a lot of work with in-service and field trips and such, and so I got this one sub that's taken me the last few times, and I don't know your experience with subs, but this guy, he has a thing,
I assume
man.
that they are all illiterate and incompetent.
Oh, this guy, he's got a thing. So I got rolling chairs in my classroom, and so if my students like start moving too briskly, he quickly intervenes and like I don't know if he lost a student back in the 80s to head trauma or something from a rolling chair, but I had a student fall out of a chair. Apparently he was laughing at something. I'm not sure. The details are a little sketchy, but he wrote me about a half-page article on the notes when I returned about head trauma and how he talked to the young man about head trauma. And so I followed up with the young man, and he's like, yes, he did talk to me about head trauma. And then in one of my other classrooms, apparently he had told them about the head trauma and told them not to move in their chairs because of the head trauma that this student might or might not have received earlier. So he has a thing about head trauma.
Did perhaps he receive head trauma and he's just passing out the warning like, hey, you don't want to turn out like me, a substitute teacher for inner city Memphis.
You could be onto something. I don't know. I just
don't follow my path.
I had never had that happen before. Where it's just like the same notes, and then he came back, and then they told me, "Oh man, we got the head trauma guy again," and I was like, "Oh boy." So that's his thing, man. Head trauma.
Man, we have a sub. I won't mention names out of respect and privacy. Mm-hmm. Let's see, what's a good pseudonym? I will call her Elroy. So we had the substitute.
You should have gone with not good enough.
There's the substitute,
Mr. Not Good Enough,
Mrs. Elroy.
Come on.
And she will always write on the report, like how is the class? She'll just write excellent. Excellent. And I know that some of my classes are not excellent for the sub.
Maybe you got Mr. Burns as your sub.
Yeah, right. Well, the joke became that one time she wrote very good next to a class, and we knew that things went down that period, and detentions would be issued because they were not excellent. And then one time, the teacher next to me had her in, and she just wrote okay, and we didn't know what to do. If this sub wrote okay,
Oof.
Because there's being shoes thrown across the room, and she writes excellent. And then my coworker's class just got okay.
No head trauma, so it's a win. Yeah, maybe they should have wrote bogus. I don't know, some old Bill and Ted action. But I'm not gonna lie to you, X. I'm not doing too good right now.
It's because you're old.
Well, I mean, it is that. There is that. But man, I got the G-test woes big time right now.
Oh, man, I'm so glad I didn't sign up for that.
Oh, you're so... Well...
Do you remember how I told you not to sign up for that?
No, well, it's not that. It's not that. I do remember, but it's not that. I'm sure this podcast will be sprinkled with it, and I'm sure it's probably been discussed ad nauseum at least 100 times right now at this point in the podcast, but this new user thing, man, this is messing with the contest, the integrity of the contest. I don't know if you've been paying attention. Have you logged on and looked at the scores for this little period at this point?
I have, other than in Discord, I have not acknowledged GTask 2020.
Oh, it is. I mean, I don't know. It is nothing I've ever seen. There was no way that we could plan for this. So I feel so bad for Rawker, man. So he gets on a team with Tom and I, and it's like Oprah Winfrey of TAs just handing out. It's like, you get a TA increase, you get a TA. I mean, it's just like everywhere, right? So they're just throwing it out there. You get 10,000 TA, woo, and like, look under your seat, 15,000 more TA. And so everyone's getting this, and like Tom and I, we're like out in the parking lot or something. We're missing this. Like we don't play real games like these people, and so. Rawker is getting a little increase himself, but I mean, I think I ended up just getting about 9,000 TA out of the whole thing, which is amazing given that I have, over 800,000 gamer score, and so the fact that I only got 9,000 when other people are getting 25,000 with a fraction of the score that I have, it is the wild, wild west in the G tests right now, and I am not liking it. I don't know what's going to happen. The possums are in trouble, my man. There was no way we could plan for this. We had a 6-week plan in place that we knew we were good, and we're going to have to blow our wad this freaking week just to stay afloat because this is insane. It's not even over yet. Like, all of a sudden we sunk like 13,000 in the hole, and and there's more to come. We don't know what we're up against yet. We could go down another 10,000. I mean, it's just insane.
I feel like the good news with this is that it's not going to decay.
Well, our chances of winning the contest surely decayed. I mean, it is, or not winning, but we were at least trying to make a little deep run here. And I feel like, much like Mini Possum, we got hit while checking our cell phones in the middle of the highway or something. I mean, it's bad. It's bad. I don't know. So I feel like I'm just waiting right now because the latest increase has not been posted yet. I'm just waiting to find out our fate. I know it's like the daggers hanging over us, just swaying side to side. Maybe they'll just graze us on the way down. But yeah, just be glad because you would have been the same boat I am, man. This. I mean, you might have got a little better. I think you do play a few real games, but woof.
Yeah, I think the one day everything recalculated, I went up about 4,000. But before that, I think I had about 6. So I'm probably up about 10, a little more than you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's about right. Well, some people did 10,000 in like a few minutes. So, oh, man, it's bad, man. So take a look at it sometime, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Just go look at the scores to stay alive. But well, there you go.
I was going to say, it'll cheer you up.
Not that. That's for
Talking
sure.
about games that are going to come out in 2020.
Oh, man. I sure hope so. Maybe these will be real games that I can get a huge influx because some stupid person does a Twitter post that draws, a small city to TA from. I don't know. It's bad. This is discouraging. That's all, man. But I'm going to hang strong for you. I know you're pulling for the possums,
Of course.
Yeah, I know.
Possums are adorable with their 4 thumbs.
Oh, man. Rawker sent me one on a Roomba the other day. Like a little... It cheered me up. I'm not going to lie.
That sounds adorable.
It is. All right, so...
why don't you start us off? Even though you just talked for, 7 minutes, why don't you talk for 7 more?
Well, it's not going to be about that. That's for sure. So... did you even introduce? Yeah, you said that these are games that we're looking forward to, so I think we're good.
Yeah, just games that we're looking forward to in 2020. Simple as that.
Okay.
It's a very self-indulgent VSS this week.
Indeed, and I just got finished talking about my G-Test chances as a team. There you go. So I'm sure many in the podcast actually are just fine with it, and because they played real games. So what number is this? Is this an honorable mention, or is this number 5?
This is just your... We're not really doing numbers. This is just your first pick.
Number 3.
Sure.
Even the Ocean. There you go. Number 3 is Even the Ocean. You might say, what is Even the Ocean? Well, I know that what I look for in a game more than anything is I want a game that's going to preach at me. I want to feel like, I should change my behavior as the result of the game because the developers of some game are just so much better than me and wiser, and I should change my ways. So enter Even the Ocean. Here's the description of it. Even the Ocean tells a unique narrative about identity, balance, and important environmental issues. So, if that didn't make you throw up a little bit in your mouth, let me tell you why I like this one. So, this is the newest rat coming out. Oh, man. I got you interested in that, right? It's
actually, the one coming out, by the time this podcast airs, Foxyland 2 will have come out, actually.
Oh, man. We may have to double back to that when we get to our number one here. So, this is a ratalaika release yet to come out. I was ahead of the curve when I told you about One Night Stand, and it came out several weeks later and was, just fantastic and, putting the underwear on and all that good stuff. Now, the reason I'm looking forward to this one is the thought of ratalaika tackling some hard-hitting issue is just it's just funny to me, man. Like, what are we doing here? So ratalaika is going to make a real touching game about environmental issues. Like, I don't know. I can't wait to see what this looks like. So are you gonna be walking down the beach and you're gonna be grabbing dead pixelated fish off of the off the shoreline and be like, man, if only there wasn't an oil pipe over there with this little pixelated, oil dripping into, or I don't know what we're talking about here, but I could tell you the features of the game. I looked at the features on ratalaika.com, and these are some pretty amazing features. Apparently, you have an energy bar and a second bar. It says balance your energy bar with light and dark energies to overcome diverse obstacles and stabilize the city. There's one thing to look forward to in this game. Can't wait to see these diverse obstacles. You got like a green fence. Okay, now it's a red fence. Oh, that's diverse. Okay. Yeah, you jump over it on your way to getting 90 bleep bloops, 90 gamer score. Here's another feature. Meet and talk with new friends, powerful allies, and enigmatic travelers. Oh my gosh. Think of all the characters that are going to be in this game. Now, what they're not telling you is that you're only going to meet about 3 of these, maybe one new friend, maybe one powerful ally, because that's all that's in the first chapter of this game, which is all you'll probably have to play. So,
yeah, that part sounds spot on.
Yeah, but if you went all the way down to through chapter 5 or whatever, level 5, I'm sure you would meet all these people. And then you have explore the beautiful and strange geography in the overworld, towns and environments surrounding White Forge City. Okay, there you go. I'm sure it is truly beautiful and truly strange because it's beautiful, but yet it's all pixelated. It looks like a ratalaika game. And then lastly, super customizable difficulties and playstyles. Choose between complete, story-only, or gameplay-only options to make your experience your own. So basically just start on the default setting, get all your achievements, and then maybe somewhere down the road you come back and play on these different experiences that they offer. So, Even the Ocean, I can't wait to see what a dumpster fire this is. I can't wait to see all this environmental change that I am going to experience, and it is going to change my life, and it's going to turn my frown upside down. There you go. Thank you, Even the Ocean.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So, can't help but notice that you didn't really talk about what the achievements might be,
other
than the fact that you'll get them in Chapter 1. What could some achievements be, Elroy OMK?
You could take the dead pixelated fish and chunk it into the ocean. And so, I don't know why you'd throw the dead fish into the ocean. Maybe pick it up off of the beach. So then you could get 50 dead fish in a bag, and that's an achievement. And so, and a good day's work, might I add. You could have plug the oil leak in the pipe draining into the lake or the ocean. Yeah, all right, now we're talking. We have, I don't know, what's some different environmental change? Maybe dump a bunch of ice cubes in the ocean and bring down the global warming.
Bring down the over temperature.
Yeah, maybe you're collecting ice cubes to throw in the, maybe that's the collectible in it. I don't know. You get 3 ice cubes for a level instead of stars or something.
Ooh.
Yeah, so there you go. And then maybe there's customizable ones. You get so many ice cubes, you can go into the Even the Ocean in-game store, and maybe you can buy different environmental change gear, like a Baja or a hemp hoodie or something, or maybe a big peace sign, and maybe you could buy a shower. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
Okay. No, I appreciate the effort. I felt like we would have been doing our listeners a disservice if we didn't discuss the achievements, that's all.
Yeah. Maybe a tangerine, too.
Ooh, yeah. What if the world is so polluted that the ratalaika dog, that mutant thing, pops up in the game, and that's where it comes from, and that's why we have to save the planet so we don't get more animals like that?
He's got like another animal growing out of it.
Yeah.
I think, like the 3, what is that? Some Simpsons had that, like that back when it was good.
Blinky the 3-eyed fish?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I got you.
All right.
I have a feeling that you'll play this game too, and we can reconvene and go for it. Before I go any further, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in the same ballpark as Even the Ocean. I noticed you were playing Lake Ridden. I don't know if that had anything to do with lakes and environmental change or not, but
lakes.
But I did notice, and I wondered, did you stop and pause for a minute before you popped Every Story Needs a Hero? I thought maybe, just maybe, he would save that achievement for the big, landmark that you're coming up on. I'm sure you have something beautiful picked out, but wouldn't Every Story Needs a Hero be the perfect, one to get at the end there?
It did catch my attention, but I already have my big milestone picked out. I've had it picked out for a while, actually.
Okay. Well,
not going to spoil it. You'll see it in like 3-4 months. Less.
Yeah, man, you're flying along.
Yeah. I got like
been
my
on
passion,
a burner this month, man.
My passion for achievement hunting has been like reignited after 9:30 or so. Like I'm in the home stretch, so I just got to do it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, good luck, man.
Thank you.
I know you're not going anywhere. I know this is all ruse anyway, but that's okay.
If you say so. All right. So I'm going to take the opposite approach for my first pick and pick like a real game.
Whoa.
So, yeah, I mean, despite my love for quick, easy points, I do enjoy the occasional AAA game. And, it's occasional for now, but again, changing soon, because 950K, baby, I'm super close. And then I get to play all the triple games. So, AAA games, triple games.
I don't believe you.
You'll eat those words. All right. So anyway, one of the games that I'm really looking forward to is one that we came so close to playing last year. It was so close that we got to taste its sweet, sweet, fire-roasted pixels, and that game is Doom Eternal. Because it was supposed to come out in November, and then it got delayed until March. But no, I'm not a big fan of first-person shooters, but I do make a few exceptions, and I also love killing demons. I don't know if this has ever come up. Everybody knows and loves Jeffy. But did you guys know that Jeffy's younger sister, Maggie, is a professional demon hunter?
I thought you were going to say is a demon.
No.
I was so excited to hear this demon voice.
Oh. Well, she's a little higher pitched than Jeffy, but...
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, her first word was bamboo, her second was demon, and her third word was chainsaw. So for her first Christmas, Kelsey and I got her a chainsaw and a crossbow to help her pursue her passion full time. And I know you're all wondering, is she any good at demon hunting? And let me just ask you, have you seen any demons lately?
Man, I played that Demon's Till game, man. God.
Well, in real life,
God.
I bet you haven't seen any demons lately. And that should answer that question for
Demons
you.
with an E or an AE?
Just an E.
Oh, okay.
Not demons. We're not British.
All right.
But, Yeah, so having a demon hunter living with you, it might sound intimidating, but we've actually never felt safer. Having Maggie around keeps all the thoughts of potential demonic invasion into our home at bay. And, I mean, if you've ever had thoughts of potential demonic invasion in your home, you know that is one hell of a burden. So in addition to keeping us safe, Maggie has also shared some handy tips if we ever do encounter a demon in the wild. So, you ready for this week's educational portion on demons?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, so... Do you know what demons eat for breakfast every day?
Your soul or something?
Deviled eggs. So if you ever see someone looking sketchy eating deviled eggs, probably a demon. Do you know that demons can actually disguise themselves as humans? And it's kind of scary. They just hide among us. But do you know what their favorite job is while they're disguised as a human?
High school student.
No, yeah, well, that's true, too. No, they prefer being bankers, since there's really no difference between hell and a home mortgage.
Man, my home's paid off, man.
Good for you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, certainly not from that teacher salary.
Yeah, I worked real hard for it and everything.
But continuing the educational portion, demons have actually played several pivotal roles in human society. So did you know that demons are responsible for the founding of the NSA, DMV, those plastic clamshell packages that you can't frickin' open, and Comcast cable?
No, I guess I didn't know. I'm sorry.
mean, it
it's
makes
a give and
sense,
take. I guess I should give you some feedback there. No, on 3 out of the 4, I did not know.
Which one did you know?
Comcast.
Yeah, Comcast. That was before God cast Satan out of heaven. Satan's like, can I just make one thing? And God's like, sure, one thing. And that was Comcast that Satan decided to make. But yeah, did you know that if you spot a demon nearby, there's probably a ghoul not too far away, because demons are a ghoul's best friend. And Maggie...
I see what you did there.
Yeah. And if you decide, like, man, that's a really hot demon over there, and you would like to, try dating that demon... by the way, Maggie highly advises against dating demons, but if you decide to ignore that warning, you just walk up to we're both men, so we'd be talking to a lady demon. So we'd say like, damn girl, are you a demon? Because damn girl, damn you to hell. And that's actually like a huge compliment and a good icebreaker conversation starter for potential demon mates, that they really appreciate that. But yeah, so like,
is these some of the achievement names that you're coming up with here?
Oh no, this is just demon history.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, some helpful tips to help you keep demons out of your home.
Gotcha.
And speaking of which, since most of us don't want to date demons and we want to, not invite them into our homes and lives, the best way for you to keep demons at bay is to exorcise daily.
No, see, that would be a nice achievement name.
I love that that's all you can think about after not thinking about it for your own segment.
I mean, maybe you should expand upon that. That's I'm setting it up for you here.
That's all Maggie told me, though. She kills them all, and she's like, "Oh man, here are some handy tips for you." And I'm like, "Thanks, Mags."
So maybe you should expand upon what is causing you to look forward to playing this Doom game more. How about that one?
Well, I'm getting to that.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just sitting back in your chair with your hands behind your head, like, yeah. There we go.
No, literally the next line on my script is, and quote, now that crucial background information is out of the way, Doom Eternal. That's literally what I have written.
I heard keys.
If it is even half as good as Doom 2016, it will still be 8 times better than most of the crap that you play. So, like, ooh, you want
wait. All this crap that you play, what is this you thing? Don't you know we are the same person here? What is this here?
Yeah.
What is this you people? I'm a little offended, man.
Well, do you want some ice for that burn? Because you can't have any, because there's no ice in hell, silly.
Let's see. Now we're talking achievements here. So you have to find the ice.
Oh my god! And then you got to put it in the ocean.
Throw in the ocean. Exactly.
Right.
See,
and it'll float on a dead fish. It'll call like target shot or something like that. But
synergy.
Part of what made Doom 2016 so refreshing for me, see, now's the part that people want to hear, is because it changed up most of the elements of first-person shooters which are the reason that I dislike first-person shooters in the first place. So, like, I hate camping, I hate taking cover, and I hate, like, having to be strategic and, like, choosing targets and things like that. Because when I play a shooter, I just want to run in and play, like, Rambo Simulator. Just guns blazing, brrr, splattering guts everywhere. You know, the body count multiplies. And Doom actually lets you do that. There's no cover button. There's no prone position. There's no ghillie suits. It's just you, a shotgun, a chainsaw, the BFG 9000, and targets. Lots and lots and lots of demon targets. And that's what I like. Because the game was just nonstop action. Action all the time! Action shooting, action hacking, action punching, action ripping off skulls, and action demon ass kicking. Woo!
Man.
So, yeah.
Sounds like America there.
Right?
Now,
America, yeah.
Now, if you want a first-person shooter, though, why don't you talk about Reflection of the Loot Box or something?
Oh, God.
Not Shadow. We're just talking...
Yeah. The next one, anyway, all that yelling and action, stuff that I just, blurted out. Doom Eternal's going to bring all of that back for your enjoyment. And, even though I just gave Elroy such a hard time about the achievements, I'm not going to dive in to the achievement list because I feel like it's just going to be similar to the first one. And it was a good mix of campaign, gross multiplayer, collectibles, performing certain actions, various kicking.
I can tell you why. I can tell you why you're not talking about the Chivas, because it is going to be one hellacious list.
Oh, that was pretty good, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah. Woo. So, yeah, March 20th needs to hurry up. And on March 20th, when that finally gets here in exactly 2 months as of the time of this recording, you better get out there and chainsaw some demons.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. I got another one for you. You ready?
Yeah, what's next?
Number 3.
You already did number 3.
Well, you said we're not numbering, so I'm just like number 3.
You're just having 2 number 3s?
Sure. Why not?
Sounds kinky. Go on.
All right. So my next one, nothing kinky about this one. Backbone.
I literally haven't heard of that one.
Yeah. Backbone.
I knew Even the Ocean. I don't know Backbone.
Yeah, Backbone. It is a dystopian noir. I don't know.
Noir, yeah.
Noir.
That weird French word.
Yes.
Like the worst language ever, by the way.
Yeah. Backbone is a dystopian noir adventure. Okay. So, let me tell you the backstory on this. The backstory of Backbone.
I was going to make that joke. You beat me.
Boom! Yeah, I heard your engine's churning up there a second there. And so, I was in Discord the other day. We have a Discord for the podcast. Yeah, you should join. I don't know where to go, but it's out there. And,
wherever you're listening to this, there's like 4 links at the bottom.
Yeah,
one of them.
And by saying wherever you listen to it, I don't know where you're listening. I mean, I think I just get mine off of the podcast app, but I don't know. Anyway, so Dino Bull brought this to my attention, and thank you, Dino Bull, because I have explored this game immensely. Backbone. Let me just read to you what the synopsis is of it.
Please do.
Yes. As Raccoon Private Eye.
Oh my God.
I'm not done yet. As Raccoon.
Now I'm into this.
As Raccoon Private Eye, Howard Loter sniff out clues, collect evidence, interrogate witnesses, and explore beautiful pixel art version of dystopian Vancouver, British Columbia. I don't know. And so I think it's a Canadian place that's making this thing. So, and I guess the English is not great because it just says as, like something's going to happen, but then the sentence never has an action to it. It's just as he's doing something, I guess something is about to happen. But yeah, so that sentence, I did not write it, but it had me at Raccoon, obviously. And so this game is on Kickstarter right now. So if you go to Kickstarter.com, I think is the web address. And if you go there and look up Backbone.
One word or two?
Just one.
Okay.
If you look into it, they have all kinds of stuff for this thing, man. They got merch out the wazoo here, man. They got T-shirts. They got hardbound books with the artwork. They got a little bit of everything, man. They got like cool newspapers they recreated that are like something you would find in the game. There's all kinds of stuff, but my favorite one is the lowest level one. the lowest level endorsement. So for $2 Canadian, I guess it is, CA, for $2 Canadian, this is what you get. It says, and I quote, "Thank you for supporting our dream of making the best game about raccoon detectives that ever existed. We will send you our collection of," and then this next part's in all caps, "best, freshest raccoon memes," in caps, "with gratitude. You can print them all and hang around your house and wake up and go to sleep and eat and do stuff, all while looking at funny raccoons. It's not weird. Trust us. Everyone loves raccoons." Oh, man. $2? These people... I was speechless when I read that. I was trying to figure out how to join Kickstarter just so I could give them $2.
Say, how many $2 pledges did you make?
I figured out how to join, and I didn't have my wallet upstairs, and then I got a little lazy. But I'm going back, and so as soon as I have my wallet on me, I am going to go there, and I am going to give them a wonderful $2 donation, and I am going to enjoy the hell out of this game. But I mean, anybody that wrote that paragraph and makes a game deserves to have it purchased. Now, you can look into this game, and there's all kinds of cool stuff about this. Now, it looks like there's a fighting aspect to it. So how would you imagine our raccoon private detective battles the people or the enemies in this game? It's probably not what you think unless you just looked at it.
No, I'm thinking nunchucks.
You're very close.
Am I really?
So, well, not really, but I just wanted to give you, credit.
Oh,
and
yeah, I appreciate that.
You remember way back when we had that wonderful moment when we both talked about the wonderful guy that comes busting into every room going, "Stars, stars." Yeah. He has an attack arm that looks like the damn Nemesis's. Like, it's this big bear claw, and it's massively unproportionate to his rest of his body. Like, his arm is as big as his body, and it's like this big bear claw attack, and it made me think of Nemesis, man. And so this is apparently how he gets rid of all his opponents. And so, as for the achievements of this, since I know you're certainly going to ask, I have emailed the project developer. I wanted to make sure to establish contact with this guy, or gals, or guys, or I don't know, whoever is in charge of this. I had to get in touch with him. And so I sent them a very well-worded email in which I described myself as a raccoon enthusiast.
That's accurate.
Yes, yeah. I didn't want to, smoke and mirrors or anything. And so I can't wait to see what happens, where this goes. So far, they are yet to get back in touch with me. Maybe I have to donate those $2 first, which I will happily donate. And I am just so excited to see where this goes. I told them I wanted to get exposure to this project out there. So there you go. So Dino Bull, thank you for bringing it to my attention so I could bring this project to everyone's attention. And by everyone, I mean, the few people listening. So, so Backbone. Yes, there you have it. I think that's all I got on Backbone. But, man, go check this thing out. It is fantastic. That bear claw attack, tell me that's not the Nemesis, man.
May I make a suggestion after you do your $2 donation?
Sure.
Okay, you've mentioned that your home is full of rhinos.
Yeah.
So I feel like you should take those raccoon memes and pictures and just put them on all the rhino heads and see how long until Kelly notices.
Oh, yeah, because she sure would, desecrate the shrine in the house. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Happy wife, happy life, my man.
Right, but if she doesn't notice, then it's still happy wife, and then it's happy you because you have raccoons everywhere.
Oh, man. Well, as I might have alluded to before, our house is big enough. I can hang raccoons and, there's room for both.
That's fair.
Because she makes a lot of money.
I know. That's how you paid off your house.
Shoot. That's true.
Backbone, huh?
There you go, man.
Man, maybe we can do like an interview with the devs.
I know, that would be
and they
amazing.
Can be all like, Frenchmen laugh, oui, baguette, because that's how all French people talk.
Well, they're Canadian.
French Canadian.
I don't know that they're in the Quebec region. I mean, the game is set in British Columbia. Just saying.
Yeah. Oui, baguette. Omelette du fromage. Okay, I'm done. I just dislike the French language. It's so inefficient. If you picture a pie chart right now, with two colors, letters that you pronounce in French words and letters that you don't pronounce in French words, it would be very not an even ratio because you don't pronounce half of the letters in French words. For example, the word for bird is oiseau with literally every vowel in it. Come on, France! Okay, so anyway, other game that I'm excited... No, there is a reason that I'm doing this.
Green and red.
Yeah.
That was the two colors I chose for my pie chart.
Yeah. Oh, okay. This is so random. I love it. No, the reason I'm bashing French people, it actually very fittingly ties directly into my second pick. Because I'm not sure this game is actually going to come out this year, but I hope it comes out this year. And if it doesn't come out this year, it's because of those dirty, dirty Frenchmen. So this game, it was announced back in 2017 for a late 2018 release. And then mid-2018, it got pushed back into fall 2019. And then fall 2019, it got pushed back into, quote, sometime after March 2020. And that is Skull and Bones by Ubisoft, which is a French company. So, Yves Guillemot is sitting in his office like, ha ha ha, oui, baguette, sometime after March 2020. Yeah, that's not at all how French people talk. But that's where that just pure vitriol came from. Because they keep delaying this game. So Skull and Bones, hopefully it comes out later this year. If you're unfamiliar with this game, it's essentially a whole game based on the naval aspect of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, which I know you played.
I did.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah. So Black Flag is my second favorite Assassin's Creed game. Syndicate is my favorite, if anybody was interested. But even I have to admit that it wasn't really your typical AC game because... And I know we've talked about this before, but sure, your character looked like an assassin and played like an assassin. And if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. But in this case, it wasn't a duck and it wasn't an assassin.
A question for you.
Yeah.
Is Syndicate by chance the first one that you played?
No, I actually played them all in release order that they came out in.
Oh, okay. So I have a theory about that. That everyone's favorite one is the one that they played first.
Nope. First one I played was the original.
Okay.
And then 2, and then Brotherhood, and then Revelations, and then 3, and then 4, and then Unity, and then Syndicate, and then Origins, and I'm going to go back to Odyssey shortly. Oh, and I forgot Rogue. Rogue was in there.
Yeah, I went way out of order. I started with Black Flag, which is my favorite, and then I went with 2, and then I went with Brotherhood, and then I thought, oh, boy, man, I should probably go back. And so then I did 1, and then I went and did Revelations, then 3. And then I was caught up. All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. 1 kind of ties right into Revelations anyway, so.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Now, Syndicate's my favorite because just the gameplay, it was perfect for what it was before they revamped it. They finally got it down, and then they revamped it for Origins, which was fine because that worked. And also, Evie Fry has freckles, and freckles are my weakness in a woman, so. Now that that's out there. But, yeah, so I really enjoyed Black Flag, and most people seem to really enjoy Black Flag. So it's not a bad thing that it wasn't an Assassin's Creed game, but the main criticism is that it was like Pirates Creed. And again, that's totally fair. But would I want it changed? I would not, because I think the naval parts were part of what made the game what it was. So, I don't know. I like it. I think most people like it. And I feel like as soon as Ubisoft announced the whole game based off of it, myself and those other people, we were instantly hooked. And that's a pirate joke, by the way. So yeah, did you, back when you used to play good games like Black Flag, did you ever just find yourself mindlessly sailing around just looking to, mess up some ship's day?
Well, I did, but right now I'm too distracted. I'm trying to figure out what the difference between a freckle and a mole is. You got anything?
Moles are just big freckles.
That's pretty good. I haven't found anything to dispute that yet. But yeah, I mean, I went around shooting, those legendary ships, man. Those things. That was back before I figured out. It was back when I was kind of on an island, didn't do TA, didn't really look at YouTube videos, and so I tried to figure them all out on my own. And finally, there's one I couldn't beat. I can't remember which one it was, but
was it the twins?
I don't remember.
That one was a pain in the bottom.
Oh, there's one that I was just like, I worked so hard and finally beat this guy, and then in the same video where I found out how to beat the one that I couldn't beat, I saw how this guy had beaten the one that took me forever. And basically all you got to do is just get up on his butt and just stay there and shoot it. And like, it can't lose you. It's too slow. And I was like, wow, that would have saved a few hours. That was when I was starting to realize maybe I should, do a little more research.
Learn how to video game.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it, but yeah.
All right.
So there you go.
So yeah, that's kind of the point I'm getting at. Even Elroy, who takes no pleasure in video games anymore, I'm just picking on you, buddy. Even he enjoyed Black Flag just because it was like a legitimately fun, unique experience, and they've had a few years now to improve upon it. So I really can't wait to see what the finished product is. But I think what's like the coolest, the most crucial part about this game is that Ubisoft has promised to make it an authentic pirate experience. So we already have Sea of Thieves, and that's very fantasy-based and also sucks. And this one aims to really get players feeling like they are a pirate, which to me means that if I'm going to play this game, then I need to like immediately start talking like a pirate just everywhere. So like, oh, Mr. Goodenough, how are you doing? Army mateys, pull out your warm-up papers. And I feel like that's just really going to reinvigorate, my enthusiasm for my teaching career too. But speaking of that, do you know... The pirates, they're known for saying "arr," right? You are aware of that?
I.
Well, do you know how that started?
Tell me.
Okay, so one day, the captain's like, "Aye, raise the sails, ye lasses or lads," or whatever pirate said. And one of the crew went up to the captain and said, "Aye, captain, the cannons be ready." And the captain just shouted out back at him, "Arr." But since the crewman...
I like that. That's English humor.
Yeah, since the crewman was just an ignoramus in the first place, he just took that as some kind of cool affirmation instead of grammar lesson. And since everybody looked up to their pirate captain, other people started saying it, thinking it was cool. And the captain let it go because he thought everybody was just correcting each other's grammar. And now 300 years later, we have this awful stereotype that only exists because one of Big L's grammar-correcting ancestors was a pirate captain.
Huh.
Arr.
So, like, this really hard to differentiate between freckles and moles.
I like that when you talk, I pay attention, and when I talk, you Google candelabra mustaches and moles.
I answered your question. All right.
Yeah.
I didn't answer cemetery. So.
Yeah. So another cool feature, this game's going to have a few like selectable difficulty options, and in the easiest mode you play as a beginner captain, and the captain's a beginner because he has both eyes, legs, and arms. But as you ramp up the difficulty, you start losing body parts, which actually makes it tougher to play, which I think is pretty clever. So you can select a hook hand, and then you can't steer the ship as quickly or efficiently. It's how that
actually is a clever
right?
difficulty skill.
And then if you have an eye patch, it's harder for you to aim because your depth perception is off. My favorite is actually, if you have a peg leg, you put the whole crew at risk because if you get hit or you receive an impact, you're more likely to lose balance and fall over with your peg leg, which makes
you're going to get a fall wrist bracelet.
Yeah, basically. So then you have to, stand up and hobble up on your peg leg. And then finally, I feel like this one is made up, but I hope it's not. There's Advanced Pirate Mode, which gives your captain 2 eye patches, and the entire game is just a black screen with no HUD, and you just hear the audio. And there's probably like a 50-point achievement for beating it called like Stevie wonders how the heck you did that.
That's good. I like that.
Thank you. By the way, I made all of that up. Wouldn't that be like really cool?
That is amazing. Man. They should at least offer that, and then just 5 minutes into the game, they're just like, "Oh, we're just kidding. This mode doesn't exist."
Yeah, right.
But you still get but here's an achievement for actually trying it.
Yeah. But I did put some thought into the rest of the achievements, too. Since it's a Ubisoft open world game, there's going to be achievements for exploring all the map or, the different areas, playing through the campaign, finding the collectibles. But since it's also like a pirate game, I expect to see things like sinking ships with various, weapons and cannons, and recruiting crew, and upgrading your ship, and contracting scurvy, and surviving a mutiny, and growing an epic beard, and capturing a mermaid, and, the most important of all pirate-based achievements, downloading 10 Metallica albums from Napster.
That's a good one.
Thanks.
I like that. Yeah.
And I wanted to throw out there, I hope there's those legendary ship battles too, because those were a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And Ubisoft has also said that there's going to be like mini games that you can play with your crew. They said the whole game you won't be able to go on land, but you will be able to like go in the ship and in the bridge and all that stuff. But I hope there's no card game achievements, just because those would be impossible to do since the captain's always standing on the deck.
Oh, man. I miss these jokes.
Yeah, and finally, they said there's going to be a relationship system in the game, and I don't know how that's going to work if you can't venture off of your ship onto land, but I don't question it. But I feel like since there is a relationship system in the game, there has to be an achievement for burying your deceased spouse with your treasure, since X always marks the spot. And,
keep going.
No, that's all I got, and I literally made all of it up. The truth is, for a game that was announced 3 years ago, we really don't know anything about it, other than that it's standalone naval combat based off of Black Flag. But honestly, that's like all we need to know, because who doesn't want to be an awesome pirate captain?
Oh, man.
So
he'll be here all night. Don't forget to tip your waitress.
That's right. Tip your waitress. Don't eat yellow snow. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully 2020 we finally see the light of day on Skull and Bones, or at least we hear more about it, because we haven't heard anything since 2017. And again, literally everything I said about this game I made up, and it was a lie, but hopefully it was entertaining, if nothing else.
It was.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right.
So
yeah,
what should we do? What should we do for the last one then?
Well, it should be your turn. So, listeners, you're probably thinking it's time for Elroy to drop his third pick, which would be like number 9, because he'd call it number 3 again. But we're actually going to change things up. Going to tweak the rules a little bit. We're going to do something unprecedented here on VSS. Elroy and I, we chat about our picks just to make sure that we don't both pick the same one. It's happened a couple times, and then we switch around to make sure. I don't
think either one of us picked any of the ones that we said we were going to pick.
That wasn't an issue this time. But we both had the same top choice. So we're combining our blurbs into one to bring you the game that we are most excited for in 2020. Elroy, tell them what it is.
Oh, number 1. So our premise is this. Here you go. Our pig hero travels overseas to compete in the yearly wolf battle royale that features the most fierce wolves from across the globe. Will he keep his record and his snout clean as he goes hoof to claw with the next level wolf adversaries in this howling adventure? Or will he just have to go back to the market? Iron Snout 2, Blood Snout. I
like that way more than mine.
Did you get chills?
Yeah, I got goosebumps. And not because it's cold in my apartment. No, I was thinking Iron Snout 2, The Sea Squeal.
Yeah, that works too. I don't know, Blood Snout? I mean, come on.
Blood Snout's pretty good.
Yeah. Now, this could be a real easy, as you say, Sea Squeal. This is basically, I know a lot of people probably haven't played Iron Snout in a while.
Which is a real shame.
Yeah.
You should boot that sucker up at least once a day.
Yep. But a lot of people, they didn't really fully explore what the game had to offer, which is 3 whole different stages. Now, there was everyone's familiar with the forest.
Yeah, the woods. That's the default.
Yeah, the woods. Yeah, that's
classic.
Default. But inside the options, did you know, maybe this is some synergy here, but you could go to a pirate ship.
And a city, but who cares
about
that?
And a city, yeah. And so these levels do exist. So for this sequel that we're trying to plan out here, you would only need about 5 or so more location-specific enemies, which would not be too terribly hard to to complete. So you could have a wolves in the desert, right? Wolves in the cemetery. Yeah. Wolves wherever. And
what about wolves in London? Where?
Paris? No. The blood snout competition, I'm not sure where this would take place, but it is basically you have all these different advanced wolves that come at you. So I'm sorry, but the little pygmy wolves, I'm not sure that they would make the cut here. That just makes their forbidden love just a little more forbidden.
Just a little more.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would assume Ratalaika is working on this already. But if they're not, when they have time from making the world a better place with the environmental change and everything, I think the only change we need is just a few changes in levels, a couple different enemies that are specific to each location, and I'm thinking we can make a serious run at like 3 or 4 of these here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, these wolves are everywhere, man. Yeah. So, Iron Snout 2. What do you think?
I mean, I would buy it easily. I mean, that's why it's like my most wanted game of 2020.
Oh man! So what if in Iron Snout 2 they had the achievement, the ultimate hero?
Whoa!
Would that change anything for you?
Nope. Nope. My milestone is locked in.
I don't believe you. Okay, but yeah. So anyhow, that's about. I mean, that's all I got for you on that, man.
Oh, well, you made me think, because I was focusing on Iron Snout himself, and then you started focusing on the Wolfies.
Well, so I mean, we could have a spinoff with
well, that'd be pretty cool, too. But you just reminded me that one time Kelsey and I were out hiking, and I had to, pull her back and be like, shh, quiet down. I was like, sweetie, there's a wolf over there. And she said, where? And I was like, no, just a regular one. Keep quiet.
Man, you're on a roll today. Man, you should take a month off more often.
I'll see what I can do. But yeah, no, I was focusing on Iron Snout himself, who after, wolf genocide, he's back, and, now he's like a super buff pig. Yeah, I figured he's even more dangerous and formidable than he was last time. And I was thinking that there could be maybe like some cobra enemies, because I heard that one time a cobra bit Iron Snout's leg, and after 5 days of excruciating pain, the cobra died.
That's a true story. Oh man! So yeah. It's are we going to tell some more Iron Snout facts? Or
of course. Let me lead off the official segment. So when the wolf apocalypse starts, the zombie wolf apocalypse rather, Iron Snout doesn't try to survive. The zombie wolves do.
That's very true. Yeah. So.
I've also heard that Iron Snout can set wolves on fire with a magnifying glass at night.
Well, Iron Snout can kill 2 stones with 1 wolf. True.
That's very interesting. Iron Snout makes onions cry.
Because he beats them up. So
I don't know. And Iron Snout is the reason that Wolf Waldo is hiding.
Oh, yeah. So, Iron Snout doesn't read books. He stares them down until he gets the information he wants. Oh, that's good. I'm done. I'm out. That's the best one.
All right. Well, I feel like the best one to end, since, it's a game about killing wolves, is the wolves stand no chance against Iron Snout because he plays Russian roulette with a fully loaded revolver and wins.
Well, all I have to say to that is top 3 Iron Snout lyrics of the 20th century. Who Let the Wolves Out by the Baja Men. Snout, Snout, Let It All Out by Tears for Fears. And number 1, I Am Iron Snout by Black Sabbath.
Cool. Top 3 neon colors. Number 3, neon pink. Number 2, neon green. And number 1, neon blue. but also one time Iron Snout was on Celebrity Wheel of Fortune, and he was the first to spin. And the next 29 minutes of the show consisted of everyone standing around awkwardly waiting for the wheel to stop.
Is that strong?
Yeah.
Well, we've kind of gone long here, but Iron Snout doesn't wear a watch. He simply decides what time it is.
Well, I heard that one time when Iron Snout, he was just, a wee little piglet in elementary school, his teacher assigned him an essay that he was supposed to write a page on what is courage, and he received an A+ for turning in a blank page with only Iron Snout written at the top.
I've graded like that before. Gets close to the end of the year, man. I'm like Oprah Winfrey with that TA.
You get a TA, and you get a TA.
Oh, man. Well, I think that does it, eh?
Yeah, we should. What, are you Canadian now? Oui, baguette. Yeah, we should probably wrap this up. We're going on like an hour.
Actually, I am half Canadian, but that's a different story.
And don't think you're ever going to hear Exe and Elroy ever collaborate again.
Yep. There's that.
Oh, man. Oh, also, Iron Snout doesn't cheat death. He wins fair and square.
Thanks for listening.
And, let the countdown to the next one begin now. Secret. You know that Iron Snout can find the end of a circle?
Hey guys, before we get into this next segment, just wanted to jump in here real fast to let you know something. Like you heard earlier on in the show, we do lots of video game 20 questions over in the Patreon content portion. Well, I wanted to throw one out to everyone so you guys can kind of listen to it. And also, I really enjoyed this one. I think this was one of the better ones that we've done. I had a lot of fun with it. And also, I just want to let you know that the quality on this one isn't quite as good as it usually is. We are actually testing a new feature with this. Typically, we all record in Audacity. I make it all sound very nice. Well, in this one, we are actually recording over Xbox Live. I wanted to experiment with Xbox Live. That way, for future segments and ideas that we have for the show, we will be able to get a wider variety of people to join, or maybe have lots of people join in on the show. So if the quality isn't quite as good and what you have come to know, I'm sorry. It was the best I could do with what we had. But with that, on to video game 20 questions. I hope you enjoyed us as much as I did. What's up, everybody? FufuCuddilyPoof here. We got a very special little segment here for you guys. We are going to be playing video game 20 questions. Now, as most of our patrons know, this is something that we've been doing a couple of episodes on. We've done a couple of these things, and it's been a lot of fun. But it's only been with us hosts. So instead of doing that, we wanted to switch it up this time. And who better than to invite some of the patrons? First patron we have is Mr. Carpe Adam 79. What's up, buddy?
Hello.
His podcast debut outside of a game club.
Yes, sir.
Also with us is the guy who started the art, or at least had the idea of the RTDL, Facial LaFleur. What's up, buddy?
Oh my god, I'm back again.
He's going to take L's place in singing. This should be good. And we have last one. You all know him. You love him. Mr. Freemhole himself.
What is up? It's fun that I've been on more podcasts with Adam than you.
Wow, that's weird. I never really thought about that. That's true.
But have you been on more than with me? I don't even know. But I've been on AH101 more with Adam than with Fufu.
Definitely, with all the game clubs.
Yeah.
All right, so like I said, we're going to be playing video game 20 questions. Now, for anybody out there that doesn't exactly know what this is, it's real simple. These three guys are going to be working together to guess the game that I have selected. Now, to do this, they have 19 yes or no questions that they can ask me. And on question 20, on question 20, they have to guess the game. Now, how that implies is you cannot ask me a question like, is your character a boy or a girl, or do you create your character? I can't answer that with a yes or no, but you can ask me, is your character a boy? That's simple enough to ask. And since this is your guys' first time doing this, and this is an Xbox podcast, the only hint that I'll give you for free is that the game is in the Xbox ecosystem. Otherwise, this could be very difficult. So,
this is a hard one.
I'm not going to say if it's a hard or easy one. I think you guys are veterans, and I know Carpe Adam has been listening to Game Scoop for a long time, and he'll at least have some idea of where to go with this. The other two, I trust you guys can get this.
Perfect.
So, before we get started, you guys got any questions?
What game are you thinking of?
I cannot answer that one.
Okay.
Nice try.
Get that in there. All right. Okay. He's on his game tonight, guys. We'll really have to drill down.
It's not going to be that easy.
Right now.
I'm not going to lie, though. I am waiting for the day when I actually accidentally do say the game, and I have to get another one ready.
Well,
all right.
Fortunately for you, there are a lot of games, so
there are quite a bit of games out there. All right. Well, if everyone is ready, let the questioning begin. And like I said, you guys are working together, so you guys can talk to figure out what questions you want, and you take turns on asking questions.
So y'all want to find out if it's an exclusive first?
Go ahead.
I'm okay with that line of questioning.
Exclusive or multi-platform?
It is not an exclusive.
All right.
Facial?
Does the game take place in three-dimensional space?
No.
So that rules out everything that's not a side-scroller.
Fufu, is this game on your gamer tag?
Yes. Oh, and I should also say, just in case you guys are, no internet. I'm trusting you guys. I can't see you, but I'm trusting you. You got to use what's all.
Literal pen and paper.
Pen and paper. Okay, I'll let that one slide. Just you got to use what's off your noggin. Probably should have made that clear in the beginning.
Is it on Game Pass?
It is not on Game Pass. Yeah. No cheating, Frame. I know you.
Okay, so Facial, it's your question. We know it is Fufu's played it, and it is three-dimensional.
Not
on Game
It's
Pass.
not
Oh,
not
not three-dimensional. Okay.
So it's my turn. Okay. Is there more than one entries in this series?
No.
It's a single game.
And that's question 5.
Okay. So what kind of two-dimensional games do we have? We have platformers, we have run and guns, fighting games.
And just to be clear as well, when it comes to genres, I'm going off of what TA says.
Sure. Is this a platformer?
Yes.
Is it an ID at Xbox game?
Yes. Ooh, you guys narrowing it down
Yeah,
real
it's an
quick.
Xbox One game, then, for sure.
Yep.
Not necessarily. Yeah.
Because it'd be Xbox
Or
Arcade.
PC, I guess.
Yeah. So it's Xbox One. That's
2D
better.
platformer. 2D platformer.
That's a really good question that I never would have thought of asking. By saying it's ID at Xbox, it automatically makes it Xbox One. That's a good question.
All right.
Facial. And this is a single entry into this series.
I already have a game in mind, but
I
just 'cause
also
it's a really
know
popular one.
Yeah, this isn't. Should we start narrowing down release year?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking like if you pick a year and go, was it released after this year or before this year? Then you could pick something to kind of cut it in half. We can narrow. We can continue to narrow down. I'm just throwing it out there.
It's my turn. I'll go with the one we've heard in every episode. Is there killing involved? Is your character killing anybody?
No, your character is not killing anyone.
Okay.
This is an Xbox game, 2D platformer, no killing. Is platformer the only genre listed?
Wow, that's a good question. And yes.
Okay, so it's not a puzzle platformer.
Not a puzzle platform.
It is a platformer. What question was that? 9?
That was 9.
That.
And like I said, you guys can kind of.
The only thing about that, I mean, I don't know how strict TA is on that. I mean, are there ever platformers that are sort of puzzle platformers that they don't put that on there?
Sometimes. Because it's crowdsourced, it is possible. But because it's crowdsourced, typically people don't let that stuff slide.
Do you think
the people are better than the TA staff?
Do you think it'll matter if we know if it was critically acclaimed or not?
I think that's too gray of a question.
So we'd have to go a little bit more like...
I'll also just throw this out there just for your guys' knowledge and everyone else's knowledge. If for whatever reason you ask me a question that I don't know the answer, I won't count it against you.
Okay, this might be
Ooh, what if
you guys got questions to burn?
Yeah, what if we tried to narrow down developer?
For an ID on Xbox, that's gonna be rough.
Yeah, but think
that
of
would be
games that Fufu plays. Like
I don't know him well
sometimes
enough to discuss that.
What else? ACAs. Like,
please God, no.
Am I that mean?
I don't really know what he plays.
How about going down the line of graphic fidelity?
Like, if it's
like is this an 8-bit or is this better looking than 8-bit? Kind of question. This is your question, right, Carpy?
If someone wants to ask two in a row, you can.
We think it'd be potato graphics.
Let's see. Did you complete it? Did you get the full gamer score?
That's what I was thinking too.
Is that your question for me?
Yeah.
Yes, I did complete it.
Okay, so it's not a
hard
platformer.
That difficult.
That rules out.
Ouch!
I'm just saying it's not like
Jeez.
difficult,
Jeez, whiz, that was a shot. I didn't deserve that.
Did we ask if it's a sub 1 hour estimate? If it is, it's going to be tough because there's so many of those now.
Yeah.
And that was 10, by the way.
Man,
so you don't kill anybody, but are there enemies that can kill you?
Is that a question? Or is...
Yes. That's my question. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to say no, they're not enemies that can kill you.
Okay. So you can fall into... I'm thinking it's pits and stuff.
Perhaps. Pits, yeah.
Okay.
don't know any of these games well enough.
We could ask something about the character that you use. Like if it's modeled after a person or an animal or shape.
Yeah. Yeah, do you play as a character that has legs?
No.
Oh.
Maybe Thomas was alone.
That's 12.
I'm thinking that was Game Pass, though. No?
It was. Is it still? But it's not currently.
It's not currently.
Game Pass now.
I'm gonna make a note of that. Because as soon as you said no legs, that's exactly what I was thinking.
There are
okay. Well, here's how we roll this one out. Is there
a narrator
voice work in the game?
No. There is no voice work.
That's
it's not Thomas was alone.
That's 13. I just love the train of reasoning. Like it's you're doing good. You're really doing good.
Would he have played Alteric?
I don't know what that is.
I also don't know what that is. Is that a ratalaika?
No. And it's considered an easy completion, but only if you're good at platformers.
Oh.
Because it took me a long time.
I love these all like backhanded shots at me you guys are taking.
I don't think you would have stuck with it as long as I did.
Like, I understand the line of reasoning, but it still kind of stings a little.
Is there like a Marble Blast type of game on the Xbox One? I'm not asking you, but are you a ball? I'm not asking this. I'm asking these guys.
Okay.
Is there a game where you play as like a ball?
There
or
are
marble
3D.
or something. That's true. Marble Blast is 3D. That's true.
No, what about that stupid roll one? That rolly one? Do you know what the hell I'm talking about? I don't even know the name of it.
Dig?
No. that doesn't that robot have the legs? No, it's almost like a roller coaster, except you're a stupid ball that goes through. Fufu, are you a ball?
Am I a ball?
Is your playable character a ball?
Yeah.
Or spherical?
Right.
It's spherical. We'll put it that way.
So you're a ball.
I don't even know the name of this game.
You're
stupid.
You're spherical, and that was question 14. So you still have 5 more questions to help narrow it down, and question 20 has to be the guess.
Yeah. So I don't remember the name of this game that I'm thinking of, but I saw it on a TA feed a couple times. Like the imagery reminded me of like Green Hill Zone for Sonic, and you play as a ball that bounces. Do you guys know what the name of this game is?
I have no idea.
I won't be able to come up with it, but that's what I want to guess.
The best part about that is I'm pretty sure I said the exact same thing about Green Hill Zone a couple weeks ago on the show.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure.
I remember hearing something about that. Oh, damn.
How to narrow it down closer.
Yeah. I imagine this could be a game I don't even know.
What the hell is the name of this game? And of course, this is going to the public, so all the listeners who actually have played this game are like, "It's this, you idiot!"
Yeah,
that's going to be the best part.
I'm trying to think. There was.
Oh my gosh!
All I got to say to those people is maybe you should work on your ratio more.
Is there a game
called
like Rocket Ball or like something like that?
Just as a review, ID at Xbox One, platformer. You don't
2D platformer.
2D platformer. You don't.
No, it's not. Shit.
There's no enemies that can kill you. You do not kill enemies.
I was going to say...
ID at Xbox, not Game Pass.
You're a sphere with no legs.
No legs, Lieutenant Dan.
Spherical, no legs. It is on my tag, and I've completed it.
You've completed it.
Somewhat easy.
Still stings a little.
See, what's throwing me off now is the Green Hill Zone thing.
Well, and this might not be the game. Like, if you can come up with the name of this stupid game I'm thinking of, then we can narrow it down further. But, like, my problem is, without my beautiful internet, I can't.
I will also say, you only have one guess at the game, so if you guess it incorrectly, you lose.
Yeah.
So you want to be sure you know it.
Yeah.
So could you ask, I'm consulting here, could we ask if it's the game that you're thinking of that he talked about on the podcast about the Green Hill Zone? Could that be a question?
Technically, yeah.
So Frame will at least know that he's talking about the right game at that point, even though we have no name.
Yeah.
We can't come up with the name.
I mean, technically, yeah, that is a valid question, if you would like to.
Question.
I kind of feel
and
like you confirmed it already. But...
I haven't heard the podcast, so that's not going to help me at all. But so if you guys can word it as such.
Well, just is this the game that you refer to as Green Hill Zone? Having a Green Hill Zone area.
Perfect. Fufu, is that accurate? Is the game that I'm referencing with Green Hill Zone the game that you are talking about?
Now, is that your guess for the game, or are you just trying to narrow it down?
That is narrowing it down.
Okay, so for narrowing it down, no, this is not that game.
Okay.
And that's question 15.
So I'm thinking, what is it, 2180 the Moon?
No, 6180.
6180 the Moon?
Yeah.
Yes. So that would be black and white.
Yeah,
we ask
that's
true. If that's the only color choices, the only color options.
Black, white, I think some red, maybe yellow in there too. Right?
No. It's literally only black and white, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure there's some red.
Black and white.
6180 the Moon. How is there red in that?
Isn't there?
Mars? I don't know. I can't remember all the planets that are in it.
I'm pretty sure it's just black and white. Here we go. We can ask if the art style is predominantly black and white.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay.
Okay, so that'll be our question, Fufu. Is the art style predominantly black and white?
Yes.
Oh boy, I think we're there. Is there a number in the title?
Yes. That is question 17. Yeah, I mean, you can...
Two questions and the guess.
Which, if you know it now, you can go ahead and guess it.
Does the title...
Unless you want to draw this out for two more.
Does the title contain a planetary body?
Yes!
Okay. I think we got it, guys!
Who
is this planetary body
edible? We'll go with a yes. Alright, so what's your guess? Okay. Question 20, what's your guess?
It is you, Carpet. You got it. You nailed it.
The title right.
Well, I had the number wrong, though.
He had the number wrong, so Frame, you do it.
6180 the Moon.
Yes, it is 6180 the Moon. Good job.
That was awesome. Way to go, guys.
That was good. So,
that was a good game, too. I liked that.
That was fun.
Matter of fact.
Also not easy.
No, I didn't want to make it easy on you.
The reason I played it was because Foof had talked about it once.
Hey, there we go. And the reason why I played it is because Freem talked about it.
Yep.
Back in the Z days, you talked this game up, and you love the way that the controls are, where you go through the game and then you gotta play it backwards. I'm like, oh, that sounds really interesting. Mm-hmm. And then I wound up playing. I love this game. It is so good. Like, if you haven't played this game, you have to. I mean, it's $4. It's $4 and it's a 1 to 2 hour completion. Although I think that's a lie. I think I put like 4 or 5 hours in this because it's not the easiest in the world.
Get good, dude.
Man.
Hour 40.
Actually, I I have a lot less. TA says 2.5 hours, so I did better than I thought I did.
Good for you. Yeah, mine's an hour 37 for my completion.
Yeah, I got 2.5. But yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you. Going in reverse was not easy.
No,
at the beginning.
Those first few were really difficult, and then once you kind of got the hang of it, it's like, all right, now we're rolling.
Yeah.
Which
Nice job.
That game that you're talking about, it's called On a Roll 3D.
That's the one. Oh, it is 3D.
Or
is it?
Okay. Yeah,
is it actually 3D or is it like a 2.5D?
Well, no, it's called On a Roll 3D.
Okay. There is.
I mentioned.
There is a game called On a Roll, which is apparently an inline skating title that has not been released.
Oh,
interesting. And it was not
because
released.
It's inline skating.
It was on the 360.
Well, wait, it's unreleased and it's on the 360? What?
It was. Oh, look, Chewy reported on it back when he was on the news team. 2 years ago, he said that it is definitely alive and is coming soon. And
Chewy, you liar.
He said it was. This Steam Early Access version was going 50% off.
Well,
and that was the last we've ever heard of it.
Well, so much for that.
More like Chewy on lies.
Ow!
If we had tried to narrow down the developer, we'd have been in trouble, though.
Oh, yeah.
You can't do that with the ID games.
Yeah, there's...
unless it was a rat.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you guys said that, I went, oh, don't do that.
What did they make other than this? Nothing.
Like, this is literally the only thing they've done. Like, that would have been a big time hole. Yeah, because everyone knows that developer. All right, guys.
So according to TA, it took me 2 hours and 59 minutes.
Ha! I beat you.
I bet I fell asleep.
I can't prove it. TA says I have a faster time, so I beat you. We're going to leave it there. But this was fun, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll probably be doing this again later on.
Thanks for having us.
Of course.
Yeah, sounds good.
See you, everyone.
See ya.
Later.
Hello everyone, I'm Waka, and we are in the 30th period of G-Tasked, with only 102 remaining on the individual side and 43 teams left. The scores are getting kind of crazy, with around 3,000 true achievement difference required every week per participant to stay in. Feeling burnt out and need a breather? Boot up the stunt bicycle Game Pass title Pumped BMX Pro for some seriously inflated achievements. Beware that the game is tricky, but a majority of the achievements are very doable and preloadable. Just don't expect an easy completion, as the achievement for getting all the stars has a ratio above 12. And I don't see myself going for it, as it is significantly more difficult than the rest of the list. The game has 60 levels for you to stunt your bike through, with the biggest issue being keeping up momentum, as you can't pedal your bike. And the only way you have to pick up speed is by pumping, which apparently means mysteriously increasing the gravitational pull of your bike, meaning you can only increase your speed going down. What makes Pumped BMX Pro a good fit for G-Tasked is the fact that 28 of the game's achievements can be earned in a few hours, and the ratios are crazy. I earned 15 5+ ratio achievements within an hour after completing the 4th tutorial. Getting there will probably take around 4 hours, depending on if you attempt to get all the stars from each level. Each level has 12 stars, 4 for performing certain tricks or getting to the finish line, 4 stars for getting a high score, and 4 stars for performing a single high score trick. Most of the early levels, you can get all the score you need from landing a single combo trick. Pulling off a trick while simultaneously spinning and flipping gives a massive score and is usually enough for a platinum on the early levels. Make sure you equip yellow pedals once you unlock bike customization for an easy high value achievement. The later levels get significantly more challenging, and I gave up on them for now, but might return to the game after G-Tasked. Once you finish the 4th tutorial, you can go through the achievement guides on TA for each achievement and rack up some serious true achievement difference in a matter of minutes. Pumped BMX Pro has 30 achievements worth 1000 game score worth over 6000 TA, 4,500 of which you can earn in a handful of hours. It is fairly difficult, but it does not get stupid hard until after you get access to most of the achievements. Have a nice day, everyone!